You work so hard. You show up every day. You do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others scroll, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Mashamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani ya gosho ngai no mwega na endesho de.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani ngwe.
And Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, Mr. President, many people admire us. They want to copy what we are doing. But we deliberately and consciously decided that our country will not go to the dogs when some people went to the streets to try to change the government through the streets. We said government should not be changed through streets, through demonstrations. Government must be changed through the ballot. And we believed in the stability. So when there was a little shake, we said, no, let us come in and join President Ruto, because looking at the options then, there was no anybody who was better than Ruto. Even if we still thought he was a devil, he was a better devil than the other devils. Yes, yeah. So Your Excellency, we moved on. We moved on and we joined through the leadership of our late, great party leader of our nation, the party leader of the ODM and the leader of this country. I think he was a statesman in our country, and we respect him for that. And we say, may God rest his soul in eternal peace.
Us in ODM did not find it any difficult when we decided that we were forming a broad-based government, because in the agenda we were implementing, they could see their own plan in ODM, the plan they had gone to the election with, being implemented in part by our administration. And I want to say to my friends, my brothers and sisters in ODM, thank you very much for putting the interests of the nation ahead of other interests. I stand here today to say I am very, very proud of my former party. Yes. And you, led by my brother Raila Odinga, and now my elder brother Oburu Oginga, will go down in history as a party that when the nation was at crossroads, you chose to point forward for the nation. And that's why this meeting is very consequential. Because the plan that was, that is why.
All right, hello there, people of the internet. My name is Rujagero, and this is Political Headache coming to you at 7:30 in the evening from the city of Glasses, Nairobi, Kenya. I'm in the studio with the government apologist. I'm in the studio with the audience debt apologists. All right, so Odiamo, how are you doing? Nice. That's a half jacket. Is that a half jacket?
No, I don't know.
What do you know?
I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah, it's a half jacket.
it's a half jacket.
If I don't know others, I don't know. I don't know how to call it.
A half jacket.
I know it's part of a three-piece suit.
But it's half jacket.
It's a half jacket, yeah?
I don't know.
All right.
He should watch Raymond Reddington a lot. He knows
That's my favorite.
That's
character.
Oh, really?
Of
It's my
TV
alter
history.
ego.
Raymond Reddington.
Yeah.
I love that.
Who is that in our politics today? Ruto?
The Raymond Reddington.
Yeah.
The person who was Raymond Reddington was Raila.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And who is Ruto in those drama things that you guys are talking about?
He is Neville Townsend.
Neville Townsend?
Yes.
Tell us about him. A house in Kilgoris? Well, tell us about that guy. What is he about?
He was the most serious villain in the blacklist. Serious villain. His job in according to the script of the movie, is to extract people from non-existent outposts.
Yes.
You see, like the CIA have a base
in
that is off the radar.
Okay.
Yeah. His job is when you are detained there, you pay him, he comes for you there. And he will take you from that outpost.
He gets you from that outpost.
Yes.
When you are, even if it is under attack.
He's the one attacking.
Attacking the outpost.
Yes. In fact, if Raymond Reddington was going to a space or he wanted to save himself, he would go into a police station to save somebody, then tell the police, the president and the officers, run.
Yeah.
The person who is coming is going to kill all of us.
Yeah.
He kills.
All right, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And who might Gachagua be? Which character do we?
The stew maker.
Hey, that is too aggressive. That is too aggressive. No, it's not. You know the stew maker?
No.
The stew maker's job, it was a clean.
Hey, Kwani, you know I'm talking about serious movies, and this guy is not getting it. Kwani, you jamana angalianga soap operas.
He watches a horror movie. The wrong time.
Wrong turn. Scream. Unajua kuna ngine Scream. There's another called Saw.
Yes.
So 1 to Saw. Did you watch Saw?
No, I do not watch horror movies.
So 1 to Saw 7.
No.
Wonderful movies.
I do not watch horror movies.
The wrong turn.
Wrong turn.
Will traumatize you.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. So anyway, how are you, Mr. Kachola? What do you think about ODM?
It's called Ambassador Kachola.
Ambassador Kachola.
Have some respect.
Yeah. Show some respect. The problem for us who didn't go to school, we are really struggling with the
prefixes.
Prefixes because
you don't find them very important.
Ambassador yesterday was calling Professor Kindiki at Mr. Kindiki.
Yeah.
This guy.
You can fail to call him deputy president.
Yeah, but professor?
Prof is fine.
Yeah.
Prof is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's worked for it.
So, Ambassador, what do you think about, ODM? ODM is now turning a leaf. They have decided to go into a conclave and talk about how they are going forward with the 2027 elections. Going forward, what do you think is the biggest thing that is happening at ODM right now? Do you think they are cordial amongst themselves, or what do you think is going on? I'm going to ask Mr. Joachim about this thing, and probably when they're having their own Safina conclave
Do we really have to call it a conclave? Going by the description that one day my good brother Odhiambo gave you here about a conclave and what it means, I don't think this is a conclave.
Okay.
This is a meeting of the mind, trying to chart a way forward. Let me take you back a bit. Somewhere in 2023, while President William Ruto toured Mfangano Island, the only president who has ever set foot in that island since God created planet Earth.
Oh, is the one that has ever set foot there?
The only president who has ever set foot there.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about with Odhiambo, and we were saying how much Ruto means to the Luo people, and people were saying that we are beating drums of too much at political day, and we were telling them that this is not true. Odhiambo, do you have a problem with something?
No, you go ahead.
Yes.
I think going back there.
Sound ya huyu jamaa ifanyi?
Meko chini.
We are having a problem with this sound. I don't know whether
mine or his. Mine.
Frank, is it?
Check.
Iko sawa?
Yeah. Yes, check mic.
Are we there? Who is sabotaging me?
Iko sawa. People of the internet, can you hear the government apologist? The one in black
is the interior apologist.
Yeah, the interior apologist.
Actually, the interior operative.
Yeah, can you hear him? Iko sawa. Evans Odhiambo anasema iko sawa. Can you hear his laugh? The laugh of money?
Yes. Hello. Who knows how to operate this thing?
What do you want?
I need to see what Kenyans are saying. It can't bring it here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ask Odhiambo to.
All you need to do is to communicate.
Mike, ambassador very low. Wanasema it's good now.
The feedbacks.
The challenge is
good now. Good now.
You know, Kenyans will think.
Hey, wanasema iko sawa.
They will think that I came late.
But
my mic was not tested. Anyway,
all right. Yes. So
you did ask about what I think about what has happened in Naivasha today.
Yes, exactly.
So I began by giving you a background.
Yeah.
When President Ruto toured Mfangano Island for the first time, the only sitting president who has ever toured that island since God created planet Earth, he said something that I think those who are keen enough must have picked it from there. That there is something extraordinary between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. He reminded we, the people who were there, that they began this journey of looking for presidency with Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga went on the other side, he took the different route. And they agreed. He said, we agreed. Whoever gets it, we all get it. And President Ruto is now there. I can tell you, President Ruto, having been a member of ODM, and a ranking member for that matter, founding member, there is nothing new in this. All what they're doing is just agreeing on terms and conditions on how to move forward. Knowing very well that he now leads a different party, ODM is a different party, but they need to pull together their strength so that they get victory in 2027.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that this is a house of cards. It's a house of cards,
basically
built on sand.
It's the meeting of the minds. I don't think that is true, entirely true. It is wrong because we have seen before when how coalitions are built. ODM being the largest party in the country, UDA being one of those largest parties with the numbers. You know, when you talk about parties, you talk about numbers in the houses, and then numbers in the county assemblies, and then registered members, and party structures. I don't think there is any other party in this country today that has structures than ODM. Yes. So UDA and ODM coming together is harmonizing their way forward to victory. Yes.
Okay. Odhiambo, what do you think? He's afraid. Mr. Kachola is afraid of saying the things that have gone wrong in this coalition because they've always fought and said that right now they're looking for to boot out Professor Kindiki and install their own Mr. Oparanya to be the deputy president come 2027. Correct? There have also been problems that they have not been really respected in this coalition, and so on and so forth. They have not been sitting pretty. They have been complaining a lot and throwing a lot of jibes at UDA, which is, always looking like the bigger person in the room, and is not being dragged into those fights. However much ODM wants to drag them into this fight, they are not getting into these fights. What do you think is their future?
The future of ODM? The
future of ODM plus these other guys, because remember there is also the issue of zoning that keeps cropping up in Luo Nyanza.
I'm happy that this morning we did talk about this somewhere else, and it's come to pass as we discussed it. One, the thing that we expected was that there's going to be a coalition being built between ODM and UDA that is now formal. It has received a formal endorsement from both parties, and we are going to have the broad-based alliance, which will of course have another name that will resonate with many Kenyans. Two, in that alliance then, we must look at it from a polygamy family or a polygamous family analysis. Yeah. That these are two wives with one father, and there's a question of how do we live in this polygamous family. And we look at ODM being the younger wife, the sweetheart, and UDA and its original setting being the first wife, the original wife. And of course, there's something that goes ahead in polygamous families, that there's always a natural respect towards the first wife. And there's always this bias in terms of gifting and loving towards the second or the younger wife. And so the question that comes in is, how are we going to live in this house? And how are we going to live is inclusive of and not limited to the question of positions. Because now the man who is polygamous here must understand how to balance his homes, his wives. And here we're looking at, are the children in ODM and the children in UDA are going to fight over division of parties, or are they going to division of positions, or are they going to contest on unitary tickets? And we see that almost coming to pass now. The question of zoning will no longer be a question, because the party, the alliance, will have a candidate per contestable elective post.
What do you mean? We are no longer going to have ODM at the ballot?
We will have ODM, of course, as an individual party, but UDA will not field candidates in ODM zones.
So there is going to be zoning?
Correct. There's going to be zoning. It will be passed in the most subtle way that does not sound like zoning. They will say we are having one candidate for the coalition. So now it's not zoning. Because ODM, UDA is one thing. From today, it is.
No.
Because they are developing a manifesto, a unitary manifesto, that has both the ideas of ODM and the ideas of UDA, just in one document. So it means ODM is not going for a seat independently. Whatever ODM goes for is going for it on behalf of the coalition. Whatever UDA is going for it on behalf of the coalition. So you're going to see campaigns where UDA luminaries and ODM luminaries joining hands to campaign for one candidate. For example, I come from in Kabondo Kasipul. If they decide that area is ODM, of course, they say it is ODM, then we are likely to see UDA people coming to campaign alongside ODM people for this particular candidate.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think that, and Kachola is very dishonest. Kachola, can you please be bold when we are talking about Luo Nyanza? For once. Anyway, let me go with you, Diambo.
When you say it for once.
Yes, for once.
So he's always been aloof.
Yes, he's always been aloof. And I want you, Joachim, also to help me, because Odhiambo is lying through his teeth.
Yes.
Right?
Because he's saying what?
He's saying that we are not going to be, we are going to have, so this is what ODM and Luo Nyanza has always been. Everybody that wants to be anything in Luo Nyanza will love to have that orange certificate.
Yes.
At the ballot.
Yes.
Okay, that is what everybody wants. Even Odhiambo, who is in Kasipul, a potato republic, would love to have that color. Because that color is indicative of something huge. And he has told me himself that when you have that color,
yes,
you are already guaranteed. About, did you say 25 to 30% of the votes?
About 25 head start.
25% head start.
Even in the absence of Jakon.
Yes.
All right.
The spirit
not necessarily.
The spirit still lives.
Not necessarily.
Yes. Okay, bring the number. With the absence of Jacom, bring the number.
With the absence of Jacom,
okay,
it will be at about 10 to 15%.
Okay, still
a good considerable level.
Yeah, as a senator, imagine somebody handing you 50 now,
just like I posted on Facebook, and I have 4%.
So he will be already moving from his notorious 4%
to
15.
Yes.
Imagine I have 4%.
Yeah.
I have not campaigned.
Yes.
I only say it here.
Yes.
Imagine me on top of an SUV.
So Odhiambo,
yes,
saying that, when you say that there's going to be subtle kind of zoning in ODM, it still means that where in Luo Nyanza we will have ODM members. So for example, in Kabondo, we are not going to have a UDA candidate, and then everybody else following that UDA candidate, correct?
We will not have a UDA candidate in Kabondo.
Neither will we have one in Eldoret North.
Yes, neither will we have an ODM member or an ODM candidate in Eldoret North.
Yeah, but then the question is, when it comes to nomination, UDA is not involved.
Yes.
In the nomination.
Yes, it is ODM that is involved. Now, and that's where the juice starts flowing. That's
what
how
are you
people.
saying?
I want you must have a
get
deep
out of TikTok.
Yeah, you must have an understanding.
I'm not getting. I'm not.
You must have an understanding, Joachim.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, and I want you to be in class.
Yes.
So that you understand.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is very contextual. That ODM and UDA are going to have united candidates or single candidates for particular elective seats or all the elective seats that they have strongholds over. For example,
so they will be
there's
like
not going to
a
be
coalition.
Yes, coalition candidate.
Okay.
So we're not going to have a UDA candidate in Kabondo Kasipul. Automatically, you'll be told in Kabondo Kasipul it's an ODM stronghold. We are going to give who? The ODM party to give us a candidate. Right. Now, ODM's failure or success in that front is highly dependent on the strength of the candidate. Like the one that they will give me that I will wash my mouth with in the morning. Will be a very weak one, I know. I'll wash my mouth with her in the morning, very early.
So you know it's a she?
I know it's a she, of course. And I want them to hand over the ticket to her so that she goes home with the ticket of the party.
Don't give them hints.
No, we must give them hints. The best strategy is the obvious strategy.
But Odhiambo, and this is why I want this guy to be honest with me for once.
Yeah.
Because when you say that we are subtly zoning ODM and UDA, battlegrounds or bases, it means that while you are saying as Udur Jagero wants to be Nyakaj with a UDA ticket, I am being told by UDA that look, we are not going there. So you go fight within ODM.
No, you come to the presidential because you are a UDA member.
Huh?
You're not an ODM member.
Who?
You.
Don't be dumb.
I'm not dumb. I'm saying what I'm saying. You're the one who's dumb. You're not getting the point.
I know. You Kachola ngoja. Kachola ngoja.
Okay.
My problem is I am going to be handed, UD is going to hand me over to the sharks of ODM to teach me politics. You understand? They're going to hand me over to Joachim.
Yes.
I'm going to be handed over as a UDA person in Nyakach. I'm going to be handed over to the sharks of ODM to deal with me. Na wakiniangalia macho hivi wananiambia wewe tunajua mali unatoka na huku si kwenu.
Yes.
So we are going to give it to Joachim, who has been working with Orange Democratic Party. Wewe, it doesn't matter how much you are known in Nyakach. Sisi tunajua watu wetu ya ODM na ni Odhiambo. Huyo ndo tutapatia ticket. What do you think, Kachola? Please be bold.
Boldness is a virtue.
You know, Jagero, you're speaking like we've never had any member of parliament in Luo Nyanza win without ODM.
Yes.
That is your assumption. But the truth is, we've had nearly, is it in 2017 when we had nearly 5 from Luo Nyanza, 5 MPs win without ODM. We had Awendo that went to Wiper.
Okay.
We had Nyakach that went to, I think it was Ford Kenya, or Ford People. We had Alego Usonga that went without ODM. We had Kisumu where Shakil comes from. It wasn't ODM. We had Olagalwat the other time. Not so. It is. It is not like.
Okay, but why don't you go back to the numbers though?
Now,
because the numbers, how many ODM MPs finally ended up in parliament? More than 70, right?
And that.
And you are talking about 5.
No,
which 70?
That is
ODM had how many MPs?
Which year?
The last election.
That less than 7. Let me check it up for you.
No,
check.
Let us not even check last election. Let us check 2017.
Okay.
2017, you realize Homa Bay alone has 8 constituencies. Kisumu has how many? You come from Kisumu?
Kisumu has, Odhiambo knows
seven
constituencies.
7 MPs. We have Siaya that has almost between 7 and 8. 8 constituencies. Then Migori.
8
Migori minus 2, which is
Kuria.
Luo Nyanza. That is 6. So 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus another 8, it doesn't make even 40.
Okay.
And when you have 5 out of ODM in one region, it tells you that from 2017, people had already accepted the fact that they can elect someone without ODM.
No, but,
so
no. But you are deflecting from a question, and this is the kind of dishonesty that I don't like from you, Mr. Kachola. I am asking a very specific, and you are deflecting again. I am UDA.
Yes.
And I'm told that I cannot stand with UDA.
Yes.
And so then you are telling me that I go and look for nomination at ODM. And I'm definitely going to fail there because Odhiambo is the one who is holding Wirwaf.
That's why I said Jagero is dumb, because he's asking a question that is really stupid.
Yeah.
Ask the question correctly.
Okay.
The question that you should ask is this.
Okay.
Kachola.
Okay.
I want to contest as a UDA member.
Okay.
In Nyakach.
Okay.
But the coalition is saying that Nyakach is ODM stronghold.
Yes.
So you, since you're a UDA member,
okay,
you cannot contest. So the option that I have as Jagero is then to contest with ODM and leave alone UDA.
Okay.
That's the way you should ask.
Okay.
So now ask him, how do I move around this?
Correct. Thank you for helping Jagero on this.
Yeah.
And remember,
this cool.
This Kabondo politics.
Remember, Jagero.
Joachim, if you are listening, you would have known that I'm still right. No, the question I'm asking is still very right.
No, you know, it's what you're asking. It's like you are fixed and you cannot move.
Exactly.
No, but then if so let me ask you a question then, because if they're telling me that I have to go and go and join ODM, right? But I know that ODM is fixed. There is no room for me in ODM, but there is zoning. So do you think that as UDA person I'm going to look for Ford Kenya?
No. I think
this is what happens.
Yes.
This is what happens. Let me
just chime in before you finish. You are a UDA person.
Yes.
But you want to run in Kabondo.
Yes.
And there is zoning, so
yes,
you can't run
on UDA. Yes.
You either get ODM.
Yes.
And I think there will be a nomination for ODM ticket.
Yes.
So, as an individual candidate, it's your duty to mobilize votes for the nomination.
No, it does not. That is what they are running away from. It does not matter how much you mobilize. Yeah, that ticket is not going to you. So Wanga says no, it's not coming to you.
Who says no?
Wanga Gladys says no, it's not coming to you.
Why is she saying no?
So you are going to be like the way Junet was.
Yeah, Junet.
The first time he ran for office.
Okay.
Now remember what happened?
Yeah.
He followed Raila Usiku. So it becomes worse.
Yes. Exactly. This is exactly my point.
Now let me explain to you.
Okay.
Once referee amepuliza kipenga.
Okay.
Wakati ni sasa, mpira uko katikati ya kiwanja. Jambo ambalo litatendeka ni kwamba kila mmoja ataenda kuwania katika nyadhifa, ataenda kuwania nyadhifa tofauti katika chama chake. Na endapo yule ambaye anahisi kwamba hawezi akashinda kupitia chama fulani, akuna uhuru kupitia katiba na kupitia kwa sheria za vyama, anaweza akatoka katika chama chake na aende chama kingine, ama ajisimamie yeye mwenyewe
kama independent,
wale ambao tunawaita independent candidate.
Okay. So now after I've been removed by zoning from UDA, I go to Ford Kenya or go independent. Now I am partyless.
No. this is what happens. Unapotoka katika chama, tuseme umetoka katika chama cha ODM.
It does not get Kiswahili. It does not get. It's floating.
Nyadhifa. Nimesikia nyadhifa.
It's mesmerized. You're stuck with nyadhifa.
Wewe akili kaishi hapo kwa nyati. Hiyo hiyo ni
Joakim told me the other day that alipeleka kwa Kiswahili. He really suffered. Huko kwa TV47 sijini wapi. He really suffered.
I saw him sitting on some couch.
Yeah,
he was suffering.
He was suffering. But I thought Joakim is also supposed to suffer in as far as Swahili is concerned. Sembuse mie.
Lakini tulikuwa na hepo momoro. Mambo ilikuwa imechacha. So I'm thinking in English, but I have to say Kiswahili. Sasa hiyo translation kama una argue mambo ya pesa. How do you say exempt in Kiswahili? Ama zero rate.
How do you say board in Kiswahili?
So tuseme hivi Jagero.
Yeah, but why are you speaking in Swahili today though?
Kwa niaba ya wale ambao labda wanatizama na
no, we have an international audience.
Yes.
We are not talking to people in Kabondo.
No, it doesn't come from Kabondo though.
But he's talking about Kasipo Kabondo. Ama ni Kabondo Kasipo. Naomba utulie.
Okay. Finish so that we go to the next one.
So wakati unapoenda kuania kwenye wadhifa tofauti.
Yes, wadhifa.
Unaweza ukatoka kwenye chama chako
katika hali ya umoja.
Unaweza ukatoka katika chama chako uende katika chama kingine ama ujisimamie. Haujawekwa hapo kwamba lazima ugombanie kiti fulani kupitia chama fulani. Unao sasa ni vyema ujue ya kwamba wakati unapotoka katika chama cha UDA, kwa sababu huwezi ukaruhusiwa kuendelea kugombea kiti hicho kupitia chama cha UDA, unaweza ukajisimamia ama uende kwa chama kingine.
That I understand, yes. But my problem is that you're now taking me away from my chama. You're taking me away, telling me that
those are the consequences.
You have to move on, Jagero, from your chama.
Those are the consequences of having coalition. Coalition come with consequences.
Yes. Okay, let me ask Joakim, what do you think about what is going in Naivasha today? Are you guys looking at how beautiful it looks and you're saying, oh my God, I wish Wanjigi, Matiang'i and everybody else could go into something beautiful like that and talk as Kenyans. What do you think what do you think about your own coalition? Your own Kenya Moja, what is it called? What do you call it?
We, as the opposition, we are not yet homogeneous yet.
Okay.
Everyone is pulling their own cut.
Okay.
And I think it's the right time for us to be confused.
Okay.
In the opposition, this is the time for us to fight, get as confused as we can. But by next year, by May, there should be a concretized formation. So whatever that is going on, it's happening at the right time within the opposition. Because it's a race for the person who is best suited to take over and the person with the best idea to develop the country.
Yeah.
As for what is happening in
Naivasha.
In Naivasha, it has nothing to do with any Kenyan.
Oh, really?
It's a self-preservation case.
Okay.
It's a discussion of moguls
on
how they perpetuate themselves in power. And they are talking about God's grace. I heard the head of state talk about God's grace that should help him win
the next election.
I wonder how can you have grace of God when on your hands we have 67 young people who lost their lives.
Joakim.
No. I am giving commentary.
Can he finish?
Can he finish? What is happening?
No, be tolerant to opposing opinions.
But you know,
yes. But can he finish?
Jagero, we truly appreciate.
You were talking about potatoes and Kabondo, and he was quiet.
We truly appreciate the happenings of June 24th.
Okay,
it's a dark period in our lives. And invoking the name of the dead is for political expediency is not fair.
Is that what Joakim is doing?
That's what he's doing.
Exactly.
The 67
so
who
what's
died.
Fair? We forget about them.
No, we
so what do we do?
Can we be graceful enough to the dead and let them be?
No. When I remind the people of circumstances that led to their death.
You know, people change. People change. Okay,
unless
you were once a goon. and now you're not a goon.
But there is evidence of my change.
Yes, there's also change. There's also evidence of change.
Where?
Here in President Ruto. The evidence of change is that, number one, political rallies are no longer being tear gassed. They're going on peacefully. Abductions that were being done brazenly have been stopped. There's even the United Opposition bigwig, Gachagua, saying that those who used to do this thing are being accosted. And he said something that went really viral this morning, that they want to be murdered.
So this young guy who died in the police cells.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish what I was telling you.
I'm just correcting you.
I'm just correcting you on something.
Correcting me?
Yes, I'm just correcting you. And we can guide each other. Even you can teach me something. That yes, these things happened in there, but they're regrettable. Dearly, loss of life is not something we want to celebrate.
Yes.
And let's not utilize it for political expediency. Let's have them go.
Yes.
And as the compensation is going on and forgiveness and the reconciliation process, let's not scratch wounds. Let's let the wounds heal.
He's now speaking as a bishop.
Yeah. Odhiambo is saying, Odhiambo is saying forgive and forget.
Yes.
No, that's what Odhiambo is saying.
That's even a better statement.
Yeah.
Just forgive, don't forget.
Accept and move on.
No,
that is what he's saying.
I think you understand.
No, are you Odhiambo?
No, I'm Kachola Odhiambo.
You are a Kachola Odhiambo?
Jordan Kachola Odhiambo, yes.
But I think for this, let him go on.
Yeah,
let him go on. Yes. Yeah. Wacha ongee kutoka kwa roho yake.
Do not impute improper motive against a member.
Yes.
Yes. So what I am saying is as far as the happenings of Naivasha are concerned, I started by saying that as a people of this country, as an ordinary Kenyan, it's nothing about you. It's about some group of elite in a conference discussing how to perpetuate themselves in the power that they have. They're asking themselves, what could threaten our existence? What is it out there that's a danger to our power? And how do we deal with it? That's the clearest essence of that conference. And so they have to come up with ways to make sure that they have preserved themselves and they have emerged victorious, which there is nothing wrong about. I have nothing wrong about it. I'm only saying that let us not be excited about conferences, however beautiful they are, that have nothing to do with us. It's everything to do with them. And for that's why I started by saying that in the opposition, we are not as homogeneous right now, which is also okay. It is the best time for us to be confused and not speaking the same language, because I feel like it is too early to speak the same language. The winning coalition for the opposition will come later, not now. And I'm just speaking my opinion, not as an SG of a party. That's just my opinion. So as far as the happenings in the current affairs are concerned, the issues of the people remain there. However, how many conferences the broad-based have, how many rallies we have in the opposition, there are things that are waiting for us to deal with.
Why is it a good time for you guys to be confused?
Because
do you think that's what the Kenyans want, the confusion?
The Kenyans do not want confusion. But for us to get the right result for our politics, it is always better to start with chaos and end with organization. But to start with organization and end with chaos is tragic.
You know, Jagero, one thing that
go ahead.
seems to have learned from history is that he's learned nothing. Yes. He perfectly. The best he has learned from history is that he has learned nothing.
It appears that you don't want Joachim to be talking about the 67 youth people dead. What is wrong about it?
It reminds them of the evil they are in support of. Yeah, so they don't want to look at it.
That's what makes them angry.
It reminds them that, look, what you are supporting is an existential threat to the lives of the innocent citizens. And I had forgotten what my brother had mentioned. Forgiveness, what? kurudishia hao pesa inaitwaje?
Yes, compensation.
Compensation.
Yeah.
And harmony.
Okay.
Let me tell you. In case of an atrocity,
okay,
where an innocent Kenyan has lost life, the best way to start by looking at it is by offering justice before we talk about compensation. Compensation is a good thing.
Okay.
It's a show of remorse.
Yeah.
And regret that what we did was wrong. But before we compensate you, the people who are culpable to these acts have been dealt with.
Okay.
They are here with us, they are in prison, and they have been incarcerated. And therefore we are saying, sorry, we cannot bring your child back to life, but shika hii. You do not come and tell me that you are compensating me, and the person who killed my child, I don't know where he is, he could be enjoying a promotion somewhere, and you want me to forgive and forget. Forget what? That's a life that cannot be reclaimed.
Yeah.
And these are things that we are talking about.
Yes, Kachola. Kachola, go ahead.
See him fidgeting in his seat. He's totally uncomfortable with these things.
Yeah, and
he wants us to forget about them. But we will keep reminding the devil of his evil deeds until the day of Kiyama imekuja.
Yes.
Yes, the devil must be reminded that he's a liar, a murderer, and a destroyer, until the day the trumpet will blow and the people to be taken to heaven. Thank you very much.
Yes, Kachola. Should we exchange seats?
No. You know, Odhiambo did mention something very important.
Yeah.
There are things that are regrettable.
Yeah.
And
even yesterday he said the same.
Yes.
It's very regrettable.
They are very regrettable. And we don't need to use them for political expediencies.
Okay.
It is very sad because, you see, when we begin to talk about them for political gains, what are you doing to a mother, to a father, to that widow who lost someone dear to them? I think it is just wrong. What happened was unfortunate, and the government, in its own wisdom, has done what shows that remorse, that, well, this is unfortunate. We cannot bring back these lives, but we are saying we acknowledge this was wrong, and already the compensation is on. Besides that, there is the law. Justice got to be served. At least, if not served, then got to be seen to be served. Reason? There is what we call due process, Jagero. We say, and in the opposition, they say all they want is law followed.
Yeah.
You can't get someone who killed or who is said to have killed and straight to jail. Put him, lock him behind jails forever. You have to take them through due process of the law. That due process, Joachim, is very important. And you've seen that even those who killed Baby Pendo, they have been taken through due process. Those who killed MP Mushai here at the CBD, they have been taken through due process. You've seen those who are involved in the killing of young people during the Gen Z protests. They are being taken through that due process.
Like who?
So, if you don't follow news, please
just mention the names of the people who are being taken through due process. Due process. The people that killed Denzel Omondi.
Okay. You know the officer who is said
killed
to
Rex.
have killed Rex.
Yes.
Now, due process is being followed, and not just that alone.
I remember what the police said.
Just allow me continue. So there are a number. So that due process is very necessary, so that at the end, justice is served to the late, and justice is equally served.
We are not
to the
newcomers in
living.
this country.
So
and I just want to paint some picture for you to realize
allow me finish.
that you are defending the indefensible. No.
We are at a state where
yes.
we know what happened. We acknowledge, and the government is doing what is necessary as a responsible government. Therefore, Joachim, I would beseech you that moving forward, as a leader, as a young leader, one who wants to go into leadership of this nation, you will, if you get a chance to go to Senate, Joachim, you will be dealing with the real issues. At that point,
so this is fiction.
You must begin to converse.
No. Let me ask you. Are we dealing with fiction? Some science Of view, move.
National view, not
just
Okay. You and Joachim apparently. Odhiambo, do you want to add something in 1 minute before we go to the next thing? Because Willis has got something very urgent that he needs to tell the country, and it's on cue. So do you want to talk a little bit? Joachim, he's saying...
Joachim is right in whatever he's saying. It's a fact that it is regrettable, and it's a fact that justice should actually come before compensation. And is there processes that are being followed in that regard? Yes. Are we going to wait for us to resolve all the 67 murders in terms of taking each and everyone to court as their parents, as their widows, etc., remain as they are? No. Let's do it united. Or how do you call it? Concurrently.
Okay.
That as we follow the wheels of justice, let's also follow this compensation. There's no harm. We are all right. Joachim is right. We are right. And the only thing we're saying to Joachim, please, we appreciate this thing. It is painful, Joachim. And I agree with you that Satani lazima ashindwe. Hiyo ni sawa. But also, wewe pia ulikuanga goon. So wale watu ulipiga ukaumiza, the people you bludgeoned, the people you maimed. Okay? We will never forget to remind you.
I have
the people
a clean conscience.
You maimed people, Joachim.
I didn't maim anybody.
The people you maimed. We know them. Okay?
I can raise my hand and swear that I have never caused pain on a person.
You have caused a lot of
monetary gain.
He has caused a lot of pain.
I didn't.
He's the one who self-confessed. We didn't ask you to tell us that you are a goon.
Yes.
You are a self-declared goon.
Yes.
And goons do not hold Bibles and pray. No. Goons bludgeon and maim. And you executed well. So we don't want to remind you. See how you're struggling to defend yourself.
Joachim, in that statement, I gave a past tense reference to my actions.
Yes.
That I was once a goon.
Okay. And goons do not pray.
I gave precise and practical events that surrounded that occurrence.
So should you be arrested today?
No.
Reference to what?
I am ready. If you can bring,
would you wish at least due process to be followed?
Yes, I agree.
So that due process is what everyone wishes for, not just.
And I agree with you. And I have a reason why I don't believe in that due process. Because the person.
Because you don't believe in the law.
No. Due process is
Joachim,
about remorse.
You know when you came here and told Jagero about you being a goon, we didn't expect you to tell Jagero that you killed somebody.
No, if I killed anybody and I'm still here, that's whose failure?
You see, you get the point.
It's a failure of government.
You get the point. And that's what I'm saying.
You understand?
That's what I'm saying. Don't be subjective.
And that's why I'm saying this.
Let's be objective
about
the discussion.
The person who is the leader of the country. The person who ordered the young people to be shot in the leg. Was asked on BBC. Was it BBC or CNN? A very precise question that, Mr. President, do you regret making those remarks that young people should be shot in the leg? Do you know how he answered?
No.
He said, I don't regret making those remarks.
But you see...
No. I'm still making... I'm
watch
your conscience.
Watch.
I just want to keep breaking your conscience.
The context.
Kachola.
You cannot be the owner of all contexts. And I'm telling you that was wrong. Because how did Rex die? I remember very well, vividly. On that day, I was on Muindimbingu Street. And somebody passed by and said, there is an order to shoot to kill today. Please leave town. So I was with my people and said, shoot to kill? It was around 5 in the evening. So we decided to go down street to Toke Town. Later that day, in the evening, just around the Union Towers, there is a bar, a club there. It was playing loud music. And because the town was filled with Gen Zs, they decided to anguka nayo. Nakumbuka your time. It's on that day in the evening that we got a report that a young man has been shot on his upper thigh. The thigh is part of a leg. I just want to know. I want you to see the consequences of these statements. Rex Masai was shot on his upper thigh, and he died out of that gunshot wound over bleeding. So the president who said that shoot them in the leg was in other words telling the police, you have the right to kill anybody who has divergent opinion against our regime.
Well, that's not true.
And
Let me
he does
contextualize.
not regret
Jagero. Now you said your thing. Katola, 1 minute. Joachim, we're not fools in this country, and neither were we born yesterday. We must understand the context. Of course, there are a lot of idiots in the world who you can talk to in the way you're talking to, so that and that thing goes unchallenged.
Yes.
We all know that when people were demonstrating before 25th of July in 2024, those were genuine demonstrations. Even the statement that the president made about people who are being treasonous, etc., I found a little bit heavy and inconsistent with how we were practicing our democracy up to that level. But past that day, we saw people coming to town to break into shops. Apart from the genuine people who were coming to town to demonstrate, we saw this thing. I believe you also saw that shops were broken into.
I didn't just say
yes.
I was part of the protesters.
And you know that there were elements who were breaking the shops.
And I want to...
You know.
I want to agree with you.
You know or you don't know? You know.
And I want to tell you that the accounts you are giving are half-truths.
No, there's not half-truth.
No. I just want to remind you. The day after now, June 25th.
But Joachim, don't you think we should now move on?
No. I just want to close this one.
Let me finish this.
Yeah.
Let me finish this.
Because Odhiambo has overestimated your goonism, I think. Because what you said was it was only one incident.
Of course, I've overestimated it. Is fine. It's a goon. Once a goon, forever goon. Goon has never changed. If you don't know.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is this: if we understand the context of what Nani was talking about, the president was talking about, of course there are statements which the president has made which are also regrettable.
Okay.
And me, I'm not shy to say these things. That, for example, saying
and you think that was a very good opportunity for him to say that I regret?
I also thought,
do you think so?
Yes. I thought he should have said either it was taken out of context. That's how we always say it, or just apologize and say I'm sorry. It was misunderstood. It was not the intention of my heart to state that people were to be shot in the genuine protesters, okay? But what if I understand the context, and my understanding must not be the same as Joachim's, because communication happens at the terms of the listener.
Okay.
My context in terms of the understanding of what President said, he was saying those elements who are breaking into people's shops should be shot. If you break into somebody's shop, somebody has, I don't know, this other gentleman who was running a laptop electronic shop here in town. His shop was broken into
at Kimathi Street.
And everything was swept. And it was alone.
I took that video personally.
You don't took it?
Yes,
it was alone, Jagero. Imagine your studio here, having these cameras of 1.5, sijui ni pesa ngapi, and all these things. Somebody breaks in and takes them under the pretext of a demonstration. Won't you want to shoot somebody like that?
That is regrettable.
It's regrettable.
I agree with the things they are saying.
It is regrettable.
I agree with the things they are saying. That when goons break into a shop, they are supposed to be accosted heavily.
Yeah, heavily.
And I want to tell you that these goons had the luxury of stealing from one shop for more than 1 hour. And I can tell you today, there is no single goon who robbed any shop that was shot. No one. The people who are nursing gunshot wounds were unarmed protesters. Unarmed. A shop was broken into at Bazaar Building, and the people stole from that shop for 2 hours. There was no police who showed up and tried to stop those people from stealing.
Why?
We the people who are...
Why were they not showing up?
No. We the people who are protesting with a bottle of water, a flag, and Colgate, we were shot at. The ones, for us who are uptown, Mwindimbingu Street and Koinange, we are the ones who died. The people who are looting at OTC, you can remember Quickmart, no police officer showed up. It tells you that this was systemic to label the protest out of hand.
I think
and that's why there is
yes.
I think we
there's no thing
for
that
sure.
was killed.
For sure. But
as we move on, this fellow must not take us down.
Don't call me a fellow.
You are a fellow. A fellow is a respectable term. You can Google who is a fellow.
I don't find it respectable.
Okay, Mheshimiwa.
Just call me Joachim.
Joachim.
Yeah,
Joachim,
but why are you guys suddenly so angry at each other? I mean,
because Joaquin,
we are defending the
evil. We're not defending the evil.
No.
Joaquin, what Joaquin is not doing that is what Joaquin is doing that's not right.
Okay.
Which shop did Denzel break into?
Joaquin.
Which shop did Rex Masai steal from?
Joaquin, excuse us.
Which shop did Kennedy Onyango steal from?
Joaquin,
No, tell me.
Joaquin.
Because these people have to be shot because they are goons.
Joaquin, a minute.
Yeah.
Be a good debater.
Yeah.
Some of these things it's not
what
about
Joaquin
debate.
is saying.
Joaquin is angry at the way his comrades.
What Joaquin is saying is right.
Okay.
We are not denying that people were shot. I've said it repeatedly that these are regrettable incidences which should never have occurred in the first instance.
Okay.
There were police laxity.
Okay.
There was a lot of laxity in terms of the supervision of the security provision during these demonstrations. These are regrettable incidents. We cannot say
we were called anarchists.
Of course, Joaquin, these things are regrettable. All of them. And we're asking for forgiveness.
These things are regrettable.
And if you cannot forgive about that young boy who was shot 11 times.
Can we move?
We want to move on, but you know you should. Why would you want to take it upon yourself to apologize to Joaquin so that we can move on? You can't apologize.
A young man was shot 11 times.
Mr. Kachola, you can't apologize to Joaquin. Odhiambo has apologized.
No.
Why don't you apologize to Joaquin?
Jagero, the president asked when he was told that a young boy had been shot 11 times.
Okay. Still remaining on Safina Party. They are saying, Odhiambo, and we want to listen to Willis talking, you know, at Spice FM about something that he believes tomorrow President Ruto should not be president. Let's hear him.
34 of our constitution is very clear. Yeah. I don't know. Kenyans don't like when lawyers say the law is very clear. That's when Ruto becomes a temporary president. A temporary incumbent from tomorrow midnight. That is what he becomes. Whichever way you look at it. Because the election's date remains solidly the 11th of August 2026. That's the election date. And what we are going through now from tomorrow is a temporary incumbency. And we need to read Article 134 of the Constitution on what a temporary incumbent can do and cannot do. Because on the 11th of August 2026, William Ruto and the members of parliament and the governors, they lose the sovereign mandates that they were given. That sovereign mandate was running from the 9th of August when they dated it. And that sovereign mandate ends on the 8th. It ends now on the 10th of August, midnight.
That's
by virtue of reading the law. So having ended on the 10th of August, midnight, he moves into a new phase of being a temporary incumbent. What we call a temporary incumbent. Those now become transitional government that exists by accommodation of the courts, not by the sovereign mandate of the people. In my local language, they'll call it Rais Kojolo. Dennis will understand. In Kiswahili, it will be something close to Rais wa kushikilia.
Okay.
Because we are going through a transition.
And Mr. Joaquin, that is the deputy party leader of Sapina Party, saying that Ruto becomes a president that cannot do anything. Absolutely nothing. He should be sitting in the State House taking tea and waiting for August 10th of 2027. But Faith Odhiambo disagrees heavily with Mr. Willis. She says that the court suspended the declaration of invalidity until the next general election, expressly so that IEBC may correct the defect. A suspended remedy is not an invitation to manufacture a vacuum in government.
Correct.
All right. No part of the judgment removes the president from office, converts the presidency into a caretaker arrangement, or restricts any enumerated presidential power. Constitutional authority cannot be diminished by interference where the court made no such order. Under 142, Article 142, itself applies continuity. Therefore, she says the president remains in office until the next president is sworn in. The constitutional order does not collapse merely because a court identifies a contested interpretation of an election timeline. The court was equally clear that declaratory relief clarifies the law. It does not, without more, compel a specific act or make disobedience contempt. That distinction matters. A declaration is not mandatory order in disguise. So I want to go to direct to, because this is united opposition going directly against you guys, and both lawyers. I don't know who is senior amongst the two, but tell us, do you disagree with Faith Odhiambo? Vehemently. Yes. Okay, let's hear what is going on. What do you suppose the president should do from tomorrow? Take tea at State House?
So when a constitution is violated,
okay,
according to the interpretation of the High Court,
okay,
an election should happen tomorrow.
Okay.
So what should happen, because tomorrow is the day that the first ballot should be cast.
Mm.
And what happens to the incumbency when you cast the first ballot?
Okay.
It reduces their power. It comes to a point where now you are a temporary incumbent. You cannot appoint a judge. You cannot transfer anybody. You cannot hire or fire. And those are the effects that have been enumerated by my deputy party leader on the consequence that the election date as stipulated in the law should be tomorrow. So why did the court suspend that judgment? It's simply because of the logistical nightmare of arranging an election. And that's why we are going to court to appeal that you cannot give someone a year to prepare an election. That's too long.
Mm.
We are saying an election date as stipulated in the Constitution is the second Tuesday of August in the 5th year.
Okay.
Now, when we hold an election on the 10th of August next year, will it be in the 5th year or in the 6th year? Now, if we are not going to follow the interpretation of the High Court as it's been stipulated, then it means that even as we claim to follow constitutionalism, we have failed. In terms of constitutionalism, we are not just advertising that we will follow it. We are actually taking practical steps to show the Kenyans the difficult job that should be done in following the law. Because in looking at election cycle, how do you count an electoral year in office? When does it begin? And what time does it end?
I think that is pretty clear.
Yes.
That everybody agrees, and I think Odhiambo here the other day agreed that okay, it actually should be this year.
Mm-hmm.
The election should be this year.
Yes.
I think the contestation is what happens to the president from tomorrow. That is what everybody is contesting.
So
It's not a contest.
He is contesting it.
If it is true,
yeah,
that the election should be this year,
tomorrow.
This year tomorrow.
Okay.
That alone is acceptance that the power of the president is given by what? Because his mandate given to him by the people ends tomorrow. Because that is what the Constitution says, an election cycle.
Yeah, makes sense.
You understand?
Yeah.
So after tomorrow, he's in office because of what?
Yeah.
Because of a court ruling that we can't hold an election today because we have logistical nightmare. We need time to prepare.
Okay.
And that's what we are saying now. You do not have the mandate of the people. You are in power because of a court order, a suspension of an election because of administrative issues.
But I understand this idea, the fact that Ruto should be basically a citizen tomorrow. Okay, fine. But why do you think that the court was silent on what happens to him tomorrow? Because that was that before the court, or that is what you have gone to the court to look for?
That was not before the court.
Okay, but I think
the
it was...
The prayers we submitted in court,
okay,
they were all answered. And the reason why we have to appeal is for us to come clear that what are now the consequences of the president,
okay,
and why do we need a whole year to plan?
All right, so what do you want to happen?
What we want to happen is fidelity to the rule of law.
Because let's look at the specifics, because it cannot happen tomorrow.
Yes.
So okay, be human.
Gracious.
Yes, gracious. Yes, that's the word. Gracious. Okay.
And we also recognize the logistical nightmare.
Okay.
And administrative issues of running a countrywide election.
Okay.
Then, and this is purely my opinion, we've not had this discussion as a party. We can be generous.
Doesn't matter anymore, but go ahead.
We can be generous enough to say,
okay,
we are demanding that an election is held in 120 days.
120 days, that makes when? That makes December, Udhiambo.
Yes.
Udhiambo, is that December?
Yeah.
That is December. And you disagree?
Absolutely.
Why? Why we
because the law,
okay.
One, we must be looking at it in a curative manner.
Okay.
And not in a complaining manner.
Okay.
The complaint is deserved. But me, I like moving. Let's move to what is possible.
Okay.
And what should be done. Do we have courts of law in this country, or do we have courts of justice? It's a question that now we must ask ourselves.
Courts of, because somebody was asking them, why did they take off to Malindi to prosecute this case in Malindi, and we have got judges in Nairobi? He couldn't give you that answer.
No.
You can file anywhere.
If we are within the borders of the republic,
you can file anywhere.
You can file anywhere.
Okay.
Even in Turkana.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
A curative approach must be taken. And the curative approach looks like this.
Okay.
One, I've started with asking ourselves the question, do we have courts of law or courts of justice?
Udhiambo, what is that in English? I don't understand what you're saying.
I would explain.
This is jargon.
Yeah.
This is jargon.
Yeah, you didn't go to school like me. Keep quiet.
Very basic.
Yeah.
You see,
listen to ambassador and the communication expert.
This is when a lawyer starts telling you about the spirit of the constitution, the law is very clear.
In fact, that's where I'm coming.
I stand guided. Unajua ni ukora.
Okay. Udhiambo endelea na ukora.
Thank you. Not ukora though. On a very serious front.
Okay.
Because law is largely about English and poetry.
Exactly.
That is a fact that has been established. Now, if we look at the our ecosystem, our legal ecosystem, what Joachim is asking for is that we have established courts of law.
Okay.
Okay. When you deal with matters that are fundamental, then you will go for courts of law, because in courts of law, we're not looking for justice. We are looking for fidelity to the law.
Okay.
Now, when we're looking for fidelity to the law, where do we put the public? Because the courts of law must serve the public. They're meant to serve the public.
Yes.
And not meant to serve a system that is not relevant and in agreement with the desires of the public.
Okay.
That is why even those courts serve at the pleasure of the public.
Okay.
They operate under donated power, the sovereignty. Now, the courts of justice, like what this lady did, this lady Justice Thande, I think she's called Thande, is justice and not the law. And that's why, maybe for lawyers, I don't know whether Ambassador Kachola, you're a lawyer, I don't know. No. That's why advocates and scholars of law must now go to study a very important question, that should we have courts of law or courts of justice? Because even me, I'm in conflict, that if the judge says that elections are to be held tomorrow, we are proceeding with an illegality for 1 more year in terms of the presence of the leaders currently, from MCA to the president. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
but it is also interesting that Safina and Willis and Joachim are just obsessed with one office.
No, you didn't listen to him the whole clip.
Okay.
He was saying everybody. You saw it. The problem we have is we are having this argument with the one individual in
okay, okay, fine.
We should just be open.
All right. Let Udhiambo go on. I'll come back to you shortly.
So the courts of justice, which now, I don't know whether Joachim agrees with it, but seemingly has disagreed because he's heading to the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
The Court of Justice says, out of common sense, and the law does not operate in a vacuum, it looks at what is happening in the society. It looks at what is doable and says, you know what, out of common sense of the law, because the law must have common sense. We cannot hold an election on Tuesday. The parties have not done the nominations.
Everything is still fresh.
Everything is still in quagmire, basically. And that's why...
After how they're still confused.
Yes. And that's why we must now go for a solution. In this period, this short period of 12 months, we are going to a general election.
All right.
This general election must be done alongside a referendum to sort a fundamental question, because even if Wanjigi becomes the president next year, will he be serving for 4.5 years, or will he be serving for 5 years?
But it is in the constitution of the Ambo.
It is not there.
It is there. It is in the 50th year.
Read.
Yes.
Just allow me a minute.
We went with the constitutional text.
Just allow me a minute.
Yes.
Jagero. Allow me a minute.
Don't say it's not there.
It is not there. The term of the president is not there. The calendar term of the president is not there. That is the contestation.
But we need it.
We are not contesting term of office. We are contesting election cycle.
Yes.
Things.
So what is an election cycle?
And what is
the prescribed date of an election is when? What does the constitution say?
What does it translate to? Does it translate to term in office? Exactly. So if
Jagero,
what you're saying does not go
MCS
in
went to court in 2017 saying they have not served 5 years, because Article 177(4) gives them an express 5 years in office.
Yes.
So they went.
Then
to
Article
court.
142 and 136 says
they went to court and said
no. That is very interesting, because then you are agreeing with the Ambo.
Exactly.
No. Listen to me. I have not finished my submission.
Okay.
The MCAs went to court and said we have not finished our 5 years.
Is this when Uhuru's first term?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he had only done 4 years, 4 months.
Okay.
It was not yet 5 years.
Okay.
But the election date was now falling in the 5th year on the second Tuesday of August.
That is 2017.
Yes. So they had to hold an election.
Okay.
So this MCA said, no, we are being unfair. The constitution gives us this 5-year term. Let us go to court. Now the court tells them, we agree that you have a 5-year term in office.
Okay.
Yes. But also the constitution itself says that your election must happen with everyone else.
Okay.
So you have no otherwise but to go to an election.
Now, and that's the point.
Isn't that to the Ambo's point?
Now you've made your point.
His point.
You've made your point. So let me continue.
The mic was mine. Let me qualify my point.
Yes.
Qualify it, please.
What we are simply saying is that we do not have an express 5-year term for anybody in office.
But it says, but the MPs have. The MCAs have.
In fact, he has referred to MCAs.
The MCAs have.
So, what is the consequence of your 5 years should be a consequence of what? Of an election.
Yeah.
So, why did...
Okay, so the question is,
yes,
according to the constitution,
yes,
the Kenyan constitution,
yes,
the MCAs are being told that they have got 5 years when they from the date they're elected.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But then the same constitution says that elections shall be held in the 5th year.
Yes.
All right? So then that contradicts the other one, correct?
Yes, it contradicts.
Does.
Even if we abolish,
but that is what the Ambo is saying.
Jagero.
So
even if we abolish term limit,
yes,
and said we now have a 7-year term.
Let me continue
without dealing with the elections.
Yes, it is.
No, I don't agree with you people cutting my points.
No, because
he was the one who was talking. He was the one who was talking.
Whose minute?
My minute.
Not yours.
They're not yours.
Actually,
I know.
You interjected.
I have not eaten into any minute. You will still speak.
No. Let him go on. Let him go on. I'm coming back to you immediately.
There is a question that is fundamental. And these questions are as follows. 1, are we having an illegal process proceeding from tomorrow?
Yes.
Whether we like it or not? Yes.
Okay.
It's an illegal process. I agree. Okay? Now, if that is the question, then we come back to the political body, because the biggest court is not those courts of justice and courts of law. The biggest court is the court of public opinion.
Okay.
The perception of justice is more important than justice itself being served.
Okay.
The fashion in which it is being served.
Okay.
Because if you tell me that you are doing justice to me, and I don't think it is justice, then whatever you're doing does not matter. And that's why I said communication happens at the terms of the receiver or the listener. Now, Jagger, it sends us to one important question.
Yeah.
That if it's an illegality, then what are we dealing with in the constitution? The term limit.
Okay. Because if we did an election tomorrow,
yes,
then the MCs can go to court.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
They can.
Joachim, no.
But
Joachim.
The precedent was set in 2017.
Joachim, can you allow people to at least submit?
No, ndugu yangu. You are not going to tell me how to behave on this podcast.
Please,
I am going to make sure that you understand the logic.
But you see now you can't force them.
You agree
this logic
that
is
before
saying,
you even disagree with me, have you read our petition? Have you? You don't
Joachim,
even know what we are praying in court.
Can you send us your petition? Can you send us
to you, boy?
No, but that was a judgment you sent me.
I didn't send you the petition.
Yes, send the petition.
No,
Go on, Odhiambo. Go on, Odhiambo. Odhiambo, please go on. Don't be sad. Go on.
You know, sometimes it is.
But we are the most politically alert party in this country.
Odhiambo, go on.
Yeah. It is very easy to go that route where you want to take some of us.
Yes.
It's very easy.
Which route?
But we've chosen to be civil.
I mean, wewe unapenda sana kupiga kifua. Utakuja juta. Tuendelea.
So, the most important question that then will remain with us Kenyans in the court of public opinion is that what is right according to the sovereign? And the sovereign is the people. And we are finding that MCs and MPs and senators and governors have been given 5 years to serve.
Okay.
They're not being told that your election should be done after 5 years. They're being told that your election should be done in the 5th year. Not after the 5 years.
On a particular day.
Okay? So already, in that fashion, we're having a problem. That MCS are given one side 5 years, and the other side taken away about 6 months or 5 months of their term. Now, this one of theirs can be canvassed everywhere else, in parliament, wherever. But there's one that for you to put in law, or for you to talk about, you must go to the referendum. That is Article 255. Prescribes to us, what do you need to do, or what questions must go to the people? One of them is the question of the term of the president.
Okay.
And we're not talking about term extension. DAFTs must give space for this conversation. We're talking about what is the term of the president, the calendar date. Because we have exceptional situations that the Constitution has foreseen, what I call consequential positions during an election. For example, the president's term starts at the start of his swearing in to the second Tuesday in the 5th year.
That's where his incumbency.
That's why his incumbency is permanent or is protected.
It's legitimate.
Okay? Now, past that date is where we're having a question. And we are having a simple pedestrian problem, Jagero, and it saddens me. In and after. Is what we are going to spend billions of shillings sorting.
Yes.
Because
those two wordings.
These two wordings, in and after,
because
is the problem.
Said.
But the Constitution says in.
In.
So that means
people are abusing it.
No.
People are and politicians are abusing. Just let me finish.
Let them finish. Let them finish. You're coming in.
Yeah. In the Constitution says in.
Watu wanasema Odhiambo maliza Joachim aingie.
Yeah. Na maliza haraka sana. In. Joachim Lam ambaye watoka safina kuja. So in the 5th year, after the 5 years, is being a problem. Why? Because culturally, we were used to a 5-year term of a president. And the presidents are assuming.
Because even right now, people are talking about 2032.
Yes, it should be 2031.
And that is 5 years, right?
Okay? Yes, and that's dangerous because our constitution is saying in, and we're disagreeing. And so I'm saying, for us to have a simple solution to this in and after, and those who did this mistake, it is shame on them. This is simple English. They should have explained. Now,
1 minute.
Now,
1 minute.
What I'm saying is this. If Wanjigi becomes the president next year, Wanjigi can decide easily and say, I'm serving a 5-year term. Because the MCA's term is 5 years, and the election must be done on the same day as mine. And that automatically anchors him to after 5 years.
Odhiambo, who do you think wrote that sentence? Is it Orengo?
No, I don't want to go into who did and who didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm finishing.
Yes, in finishing.
So the simple solution to this question, I've said before, is a simple public participation in the way of a referendum that will help us sort it, because this illegality must not continue beyond 2027. During the election of 2027, let us have the referendum question placed beside the election, and Joachim and his team should take advantage of it so that we have a curative approach and not a complaining approach.
Yes, exactly.
Jagero, before you give Kachola, you see, I am the owner of this document.
Okay. Have you sent it to us?
And I am sending. And I am saying that we need to know what we are looking for. That the question we are raising is fidelity to the law.
Okay.
What does the law say and what are our actions? Are we in tandem with what is being prescribed? Because Uhuru Kenyatta, in his 2 terms, he did not serve any 5 years in any of his terms. The first year was 4 years, 4 months. The second term was 4 years, 8 months. He never went for 5 years. And that is what we call fidelity to the law, because an election date is expressly described in the Constitution, and people have forgotten.
So when Ruto took it in 2022, his was ending just about tomorrow.
Yes.
And did you think he did not know, or you think he knew?
I don't think there is anybody who does not know. But what serves you, that is where the problem is. That we are burrowing our heads in the sand and decide that that is not the issue. And nobody is disagreeing with our bone of contention of an election.
Who is the principal deciding, organization or parastatal in this matter? It is the IEBC, which doesn't seem to know what they're doing. That's what you're saying.
Today, when we speak about these things, there are 2 offices in the country of Kenya that should be alarmed: the IEBC and the Attorney General. Because the job of the Attorney General ni mambo ya sheria. Na IEBC should look into the...
Somebody yesterday here was talking about the Attorney General's office, I believe it was Odhiambo.
Yes.
That was saying that it should not be sitting within the executive.
Yes.
Yeah, it should not. Look, the people who are saying that an election should happen next year on 10th, there are those who are pushing that narrative. So they should show us a constitutional text and say, on this article of the Constitution, it is on this day. That's what
I think it is agreed. I think it is agreed, but you did not answer the question I was asking you.
What question?
The question I was asking you, and before I come to Kachola, is that, okay, makosa imetendeka, so kesho unatakaje? Yes, that's what the question I was asking. You are saying that Ruto should not do anything.
We are saying, and Odhiambo has said, that the mandate given to the president ends on the day that the first ballot should be cast. Because tomorrow, people should be waking up to either give him another mandate or take it away from him. So we are saying that the biggest job of the president beginning tomorrow is to seek fresh mandate. He cannot chair any meeting and tell us about visions.
No, he can.
No. I'm telling, according to me.
He can.
You finish? Ndugu, I think you have a problem.
No, Joachim, also you must give space. He can. No, you must give space.
He can what?
He can.
Because
you know, Joachim,
he's saying that this is his topic. I mean, he's saying this is his topic. He's saying this is his topic.
We're not intellectually shy.
Jagero has been manipulative, and I kept.
No, you are being manipulative right now. And we can read
let me remind you what Jagero has said.
Stop saying what you're saying. It is false. The court of public opinion. It's the court of public opinion. That's a fact.
On so many occasions.
Okay.
Odhiambo himself has told me that not to do things the way the public opinion wants.
Yeah.
There is the court of law.
Yeah.
So today it's very convenient for him to support the court of public opinion.
I don't remember talking to this guy about such things.
Yeah.
We don't meet anywhere apart
when
from...
we say...
He's lying.
He's lying through his teeth.
When we say that your incumbents
No, Joachim,
your mandate
Kachola's not talked.
ends on the
a
day
chance. You're not the only person
voted
talking
in.
here, Bwana.
You are a temporary
No.
incumbent.
Yeah, but I'm asking you even as I go to this.
Jagger was allowed in.
Yeah, but
You're being a poor interviewer.
okay, I'm being a poor.
Yeah, you're being a poor interviewer.
You are not going to bully me.
No, you will not sit. You will not sit on us. Even if you're heavy.
You will not bully me.
Okay, Kachola, please. Kachola, please go on. I mean, you can't hog the mic for a.
I hogged any mic.
Yeah, you have
I
been.
was trying to speak, you gave it to Odia.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to bring my point home, you are giving it to Ambassador.
Okay.
Ambassador is an intellectual. You relax.
Conspiracy.
Okay, let me see what the people are saying. Joachim, address us. What are the propagandists?
No.
Address us.
The court of public opinion is agreeing.
Jagero, I think you're degrading the quality of our podcast.
Okay.
The quality of the podcast is not when you are.
No, give him a chance.
Give him a chance. He's your friend.
He's not my friend.
We are begging you.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
He's a goon.
You know,
Go ahead.
Ambassador can't be a goon.
I want to borrow heavily from Mark chapter 2 verse 27.
Mark chapter 2 verse 27. Go ahead.
I'm still being a heckler.
Which talks about the Sabbath.
The Sabbath.
Yes.
The Sabbath. Okay.
Was Sabbath made for man or man made for Sabbath?
Yeah, I believe that Sabbath was made for man.
It says the Sabbath was made for
man.
For man.
Yeah.
And therefore we heavily borrow from that text, Mark 2:27, about the law. So was the law made for man or man made for law? The law is there to serve
the man.
The man.
So the man decides.
And whereas the law serves the man, it must not only serve the man when it is best suited for that man, but when it is best suited for the public good. In the wisdom of the court, and I'm very certain, in just corroborating what Odhiambo had said earlier, and the example he gave, that should we hold election tomorrow, because the law says, and when we read the law, let us always read the text and look at the spirit of the law. So the text and the spirit must be looked at the same time, concurrently. Therefore, if you go to election tomorrow, the MCS, the MPs, and all those other elective positions, those guys will do what? Will go to court. And because you cannot hold an election of a president minus the election of this other, the Constitution demands so. So what is the best thing forward? What's the best way forward? As Odhiambo has already suggested, and I fully align myself to that, is that we must go to this election with the two things. Election of leaders and a referendum, so that we rectify the anomaly that is already existing. And anyone going to court today or tomorrow must seek that, can we go to an election with a referendum in that very ballot, so that we correct this anomaly, so that it doesn't occur. Because it doesn't matter who comes in tomorrow. If it is still there, we will still have the same problem. As to what happens to the president tomorrow, I agree with the faith that when the court suspended that particular action that ought to have happened, it did not suspend the powers of the sitting president. Because if that be the case, then tomorrow we have a situation that needs a presidential declaration to save a country from going into the ditch. What happens? We know very well that election in this country is a very tedious process. Maraka told us during the 2017 that election is not an event. It is a process. So we must immerse ourselves in that process such that by the end of it all, we did not just do an event. And that process begins with what that court said. If we go against what the court said, then we are already jeopardizing that very process that we need to give us good results at the end. I therefore beseech anyone who is thinking about this election not to think about an individual who is a president, but think about the country holistically. That is the only way we are going to salvage our country moving forward. We all love this country, regardless of who is sitting at the helm as the president. We must find the best for our country.
Okay.
And in that regard, I beseech Joachim and his ilk that moving into the future...
He does not like that word ilk.
It's cabal. Guptas.
Moving into the future, can we have a nationalistic conversation about our country, but not self-gratification positions as to who has won which case and who has not won which case? Thank you.
Yeah, Joachim, I want to allow you to... Yes.
I am shocked.
By what?
By his analogy.
Okay.
So, the law was made for man.
Okay.
So what man deems fit, it's okay.
Yeah.
So when we...
If you decide to go and water your animals on Sabbath.
So when we deem fit, we deemed it fit in 2024 that Ruto must go. Why was it a problem? They told us to follow the constitution, right?
Yeah.
But we the people deemed it fit that he should go. The constitution serves us. It is us who makes the decision. All right. So anything goes.
According to which law?
So,
are you saying that?
So which law are you talking about when?
No. What he is saying is that if it is true that Sabbath was made for man and not the other way around, then on June 2024, they decided as a people that they're not going to follow the constitution and they demanded that Ruto must go home.
What was the process?
So they are saying there needed not to be any process.
There are established laws
because it was Sabbath was the law was made for the Gen Zs, not the other, not for Ruto. Correct. Yes,
that must be followed. In doing what? In doing away with the president.
Look at him biting his own tongue. He's talking about established laws and processes.
Okay.
But we have, according to his analogy, what I decipher from it is that what men deem fit is what carries the day. All right?
Yeah.
And we have also said that justice is what people deem is justice.
Yes.
When they think that affordable housing is not justice, it is not justice. According to his analogy. No. I'm just giving an example.
It's being a difficult pedestrian discussion.
No.
If Joachim is going to reduce every sober point to anarchy, because even in deeming fate, there's a process that is followed. There's a constituent assembly that will then. I want to tell you, for example, for you to remove the president, there are several ways.
No, the people can decide to tell him go.
So let me tell you how it happens. Let me tell you how it happens.
Constitution we are telling you an election is tomorrow. You're giving us all excuses.
Have presidents been removed elsewhere?
Do you respect the constitution? Hold an election tomorrow.
Presidents have been removed elsewhere.
Why are you giving us excuses?
Presidents have been
removed
elsewhere.
If it's about the law of removing a president, we are telling you about the law of voting for him.
Presidents have been
removed.
An
election tomorrow.
Presidents have been removed
like
elsewhere.
Tomorrow.
Mtaweka nani kama
Not a question.
And let me say this.
Vote for Kachol.
Jagero.
Yes.
Presidents have been removed elsewhere by popular uprising. Okay, and even in that, there's a transition assembly that happens. That transition assembly always has the military. The military is the custodian of the constitution. The military is the only other body that is allowed to take over the state and the issues of the state. If there is a quagmire or if there's a catastrophe that has disabled the government from functioning.
Can I prosecute my point?
You're prosecuting a point.
1 minute.
This is a point of information.
1 minute.
This is a point of information.
I don't want to be informed.
We cannot be anarchists.
Okay.
We cannot be anarchists on this debate. Yes. We are not going to be anarchists in terms of the law.
There is no we, because it's me making
Joachim, I hope you're not drunk, because you're really pissing me off right now.
No.
You cannot be speaking to us in the fashion you're speaking to us. No, give us a chance to talk, or you will also not talk. No. Because we can make it difficult for you to talk here.
I told you,
this thing will go down, I'm telling you. You will also not talk. It is possible that you won't talk.
In civil society,
it is possible that you won't air point.
By superior logic.
And superior logic is by giving other people a chance.
But now who is, because they are refusing that yours is not superior, and you also refuse that theirs is not superior.
We have to listen to each other.
You are being the moderator of this house.
Yeah.
And you are letting it go on an autopilot.
And what I'm
No.
saying,
I gave Kachola, and then I gave you, and then you finished, and then I gave it to the Ambo.
Yeah, and you're including.
No, am I finished?
But how do I know you're finished?
No. For how long have I spoken?
Okay, how much time shall I give you now? From now.
Why did you ask them about time?
No, but because
I have a point to present.
Okay, so how long?
I was giving an example.
But be sensible,
so how long do you have?
It's not today that we're doing podcast for the first time.
As long as it takes.
No.
Listen.
No, don't do this to us, Bwana.
Let me finish.
Yeah, we can also ensure you don't talk on this podcast.
Okay, I'll give you 1 minute.
No,
not a minute.
No, a minute.
2 or 3.
A minute is fine. A minute is fine.
This is the issue.
Don't be silly.
Odhiambo, calm down.
No,
this man can't be silly on a podcast.
Yes.
Unafanya podcast for the first time. Don't be silly, Bwana. Kwenda
You
huko.
can get angry all you want.
No. But you're eating on your point.
Yeah, don't be silly.
Let's.
But he's insulting.
No, he's not insulting you. Go ahead.
Silly is a praise.
Yeah, don't be silly.
No.
He's calling our whole sector general.
Don't be silly.
No.
At your work.
Let's go forward. Let's go forward. Yes. Speak.
Unadhani wewe ni nani wewe?
Yes.
Watu hawezi ongea kwa podcast.
So,
wewe ni nani?
Odhiambo say.
Wewe ni nani? Who are you? Yeah. Don't piss on us.
You will find in this town.
Don't bring your bukusu here.
Okay. Go on. Odhiambo, let him go.
Why is he angry?
Yes.
Because you think you're the only person who can speak. We are having an argument. This is a debate.
No.
And you think you can speak over us.
Do not have
we can literally make it difficult for you.
You do not
to
have
speak
a meter
here.
to measure how important a point is.
And I didn't say your point is not important.
No,
what I'm
you
saying is
said I am
this.
degrading
Please
the podcast.
allow people to speak, Joachim. You have a point, we have a point.
Okay.
We are not dafts here.
In that spirit.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not
Can I
dafts
be
here.
allowed?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute.
In a few minutes.
1 minute. 1 minute.
this
It is 2106.
Jagger-
2107.
Jagero, this is the issue.
Okay.
And I was just carrying on from their own analogy.
Okay.
That it's what the public deems fit.
Okay.
Sometimes, in what they are trying to mean is that this text that we are discussing, authors of the Constitution imagined a day where people should hold an election. So to deny the presidency the chance to arbitrarily elongate or reduce time of election, they gave it a particular date in the Constitution, that an election should not happen after or before. And this text is expressly put in the Constitution that on Tuesday, not Thursday, not Friday, it's on Tuesday, the month of August, inside the 5th year. And we went and did counting. The 5th year starts on which date? In William Ruto's regime. And we established it. Now, in that 5th year, we looked for the second Tuesday, which falls on the 11th of this, which is tomorrow. So we are only telling people that, look, we are missing a deadline. We are not being having any animosity against anybody. That we are just missing a deadline, and we have to be cognizant of the same.
Okay.
But we are being gracious enough, understanding that an election is a process, as you said. But because we have broken the law and missed a deadline, we cannot be given a luxury of a whole year.
Okay, so when you go to Supreme Court right now, what are you looking for specifically?
We are looking at why is the judge giving them 1 year?
Why is the judge? So have you given a specific date, the time that you want the judge to give?
I told you that.
No, in your prayer, what are you praying? What is your prayer to the court?
I'll give you the details of the petition of appeal tomorrow when I come.
Okay.
But I'm saying if we are gracious enough, we can give them 120 days.
Yeah. So
that in 120 days, Kenyans, the relevant authorities should have put themselves together and organize an election.
Okay, your time is now up.
Sasa,
yeah.
So
the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, by the way, has disregarded everything that Wenjigi and Co are trying to look for in the courts, Mr. Kachola. the Commission has published its election operation plan 2025-2027, launched in May 2026, converting the constitutional election calendar into a set of hard administrative deadlines. The plan is the operational spine of everything that happens between now and the polling day, which they have pegged on the Tuesday 10th, August 2027. 5 things matter for the coverage. The clock is now binding from January 2027 onward. The calendar removes discretion. Public officers who have to resign on the 9th of February 2027. All right? And parties that miss 16th March cannot fill candidates cleanly. Independents who miss 9th May are legally ineligible. All right? They have also talked about campaign finance moved from proposal to law in the last 4 weeks. The National Peace cites that the IEBC draft of 4.44 billion presidential gap. The Commission actually gazetted a higher figure of 6 billion. Okay, so those are the things that happens. And Mr. Kachola, I want to go back to you. So the Ambo cools down, all right? What do you think about this? Because then IEBC has decided, okay, the court pronounced themselves, but they have decided that, okay, look, they have suspended that. And they're saying, okay, let's now move. What do you think about what must happen? And something that is very interesting to me is that why is it that the independent candidates are given May, almost 2 months later after the parties have told that these are the guys that you have to front to us? Why do you think that is the case?
Because thank you for that question. Because definitely it returns us exactly to the first question you asked.
Okay.
You remember what you did not understand about people who are being denied opportunity to run in their parties?
Okay.
Now at that level, then if you have to ditch a party, or if you are aggrieved by maybe party nominations, party primaries, now you can easily move, because party primaries are supposed to end somewhere in March. Yeah, so you can move to the next, you can become an independent candidate. Yeah. And again, the requirement for independent candidates, sometimes it is just too high, because there are, depending on which position, there are a number of people that must endorse your candidature.
Really?
Yes. If you are an MCA, there is a number of people that must. MP, women rep, governor, president, they must. And those people will not just endorse you, they will sign. There is a form that they will all write their names, sign, and write their ID numbers.
Why? Why is that? Why are independent candidates told to do that while the other people are having a field day?
No, they are not having a field day, neither. People in the political parties. Because remember, a political party must endorse you. And it is under the presumption that a political party has members. And by a political party endorsing you, meaning those members
are
of
behind
the political party have done what? Have endorsed you. And that is why, for you to have a political party, there is a threshold in terms of how many offices you must have countrywide, in how many counties. So with that, therefore, it gives the opportunity for those who will run independently to do what? To have all what they need put together and present them at least in May. But let me speak to the electoral financing aspect of all this. So the electoral financing aspect of all this, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me. Because you remember in 2017, there was a law that was passed in Parliament, but it was shelved. Why? Because it is so difficult, Jagero, in all manner of argument, to actually say that if Jagero is going to campaign, this is the amount Jagero must use.
Okay.
This is the amount he must not surpass. Why is it difficult? Because our systems are not so tight that can do checks and balances. Yes, these laws are good, but can they really fit in the context of Kenyan election and the Kenyan electioneering system? It might not.
Okay.
So it is only proper that even as we make these laws, even as IEBC proposes, and you had somebody tell you that members of the public these days expect much more from aspirants or from candidates than in the past. There is, the Yukunajamna aspect of things.
Yeah.
So it is only important that leaders who make these laws really think through how is it connecting to Kenyan population and Kenyan tradition.
Yeah.
Because our tradition may not really acknowledge that aspect of putting safeguards for electioneering money. But it is something that is necessary so that we don't overspend. In the end, we don't steal from the public coffers to plow back into what we used during election.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You realize that other people are speaking quite longer, and you're giving me 1 minute.
No. But how? No. The problem with you is interjections.
No.
When somebody is talking, you interject, and then it becomes your time.
Have I interjected?
So now you have not interjected, which is fine. But I want to go to Odhiambo before I come back to you. Odhiambo was cooling down. Odhiambo.
Talk to this too.
No. Let's go on. I'm asking you a specific question. This question is to you.
Give Joachim all
the No. You are the one who want to destroy the podcast.
I'm not going to destroy. I'm just going to keep my.
No. The question I'm asking you,
Joachim the chance.
No. This is not this is just Joachim's question.
Let him speak.
No, Joachim, do you want to speak?
He has given me time.
Yes.
So why should I refuse?
The question I want to ask him, let me ask you that question. The government has, there is a legal presidential spend of 6.11 billion. I think this is a legal presidential spend that is allowed under the law, that the IEBC has allowed. Okay? But, Mr. Kachola, you'll also chime in on this, is that a maximum of, if you spend more than 6.11 billion, you'll be fined 2 million. And according to the calculation, that is actually 0.03% of what you've gone.
Isn't that a slap on the wrist? If I can spend $1 billion, what is 2 million? So, and again, these laws as they are put in place, how enforceable are they? Because what systems do we have put in place to make sure that a presidential candidate is not going to spend more than 6 billion? When it comes to mobilization and logistics and everything, what have I factored in for them to come up with 6 billion maximum? What did they have in mind? Logistical requirements. What are the requirements of a presidential candidate's campaign across the country? Because you also need majority in the 24 counties. So you need to invest in those 24 counties. What is it that you are going to spend? And how are they going to trace my spending? In Kenya, politics is mostly in cash. I can walk with 6 million in my car, go to a rally, and give it to a representative and leave. So how is the IEBC going to make sure that that money is going to be tracked? And you started by saying that IEBC is still giving timelines of next year. So it's important also for IEBC to tell us that this is what we are saying, and they have their date in the Constitution. Why are we even having a conversation about nomination in May? They have to come out and say, as IEBC, this is our text in our Constitution that guides our election date in 2027. So all these things put in place, they are good to be said in public. But how do we enforce them? And we have given a fine of below 1%.
Yeah, 0.03.
Yes, of the total expenditure of a presidential candidate. So is that really curtailing overspending in campaigns? Or is just a scarecrow in the farm trying to tell?
But the question is, where is it really coming from, and what is the idea around it? Do you think the IEBC is, wherever they are in the office, are they saying, look, this is exactly what we are going to do to make sure that people do not overspend? on elections? Do you think that there is a conversation that they're having in the office, or this is something that they're just saying for the sake of it?
It is just for the sake of it, because I have asked about systems of making sure that that happens. How are they going to know the money I'm going to spend for senator in Nairobi? How much do they know I spent last Sunday? Last Sunday was yesterday. I was in 2 churches in Pipeline. How much do they know I spent there? So what are they going to see as campaign money? Is it fuel for the car, or the money I have given in a Harambe? So how do they determine that this is campaign money and this is personal expenditure? Because that has to be established. So, and those are the systems.
So essentially we have got a useless piece of law.
Yes, it's useless.
And maybe before I continue,
okay.
I want to ask Odhiambo that if you've taken a shower in a river in the village, you definitely know what I mean. So
yes.
We need to continue.
Yeah.
No. I'll keep quiet.
No, there's no problem. Odhiambo has allowed Joachim to weigh in over him. So that's a good one.
You know something?
Yeah.
That needs to be done. Joachim needs to be respectful to everybody in this podcast.
So
and I feel greatly offended.
Yeah.
That we were having a discussion, and until we sort that Jagero, I'd rather not panel with Joachim ever again. Because we've always started with Joachim since we started this podcast. There's no day that Joachim has shown the level of disrespect like he's done today. Because we're having discussions and we're always stand-taking. But Joachim thinks that he's the only person who has opinions and the rest of us should not talk. So if that is his modus operandi, I am at peace never to appear on a podcast with him ever again. And that is my stand.
Can I have a...
And that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You know, part of my studies to mediate.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling him, he understands what I'm saying, that if you've showered in a river in the village, you know what could easily happen in that river. So that's why I was asking him that assume you are in a river and you are showering in that river in the village. So you let us just proceed.
Yeah.
Coming back to this, that is the main reason as to why even the 2017 legislative piece did not see light of day. Because its implementation in itself is not going to be easy. How are you going to implement this piece of legislation? It cannot be that you are going to monitor. Actually, the law requires that even when you are fundraising for campaigns, there's a limit you cannot go, like the ones that are prescribed.
Yeah.
But there are monies you cannot receive, like foreign money. You cannot receive money from outside this country, from foreign companies, from foreign organizations. The law is very clear on what kind of money you must use on campaign. Why is it clear? We heavily borrowed this thing from the US. You remember our constitution is largely a US prototype. So we borrowed, but we did not contextualize some of these consequences of what we were borrowing into our own tradition and hallmark of doing things. So I think that it might be just another piece of legislation that has zero consequence on the people it intended to be.
Yeah. And that is the problem. Do you feel that sometimes our constitution had a lot of fluff that we needed not to have in the constitution, because then it looks like we are borrowing all these things from somewhere, which is actually not going to happen at the end of the day. Because at what point then do we think? Because, for example, right now we know, like Joachim has said, that all these things are actually cash, right? So is it even important for the IEBC to keep talking about this is the money that you're allowed to campaign with? Is it really necessary?
As a body governing the election, taking care of election and all that, I strongly believe it is their mandate. They must. But now the implementation aspect of it is a challenge. However, having said that, we must also remember that this constitution was made for us. Whereas it doesn't serve us correctly, whereas it has loopholes, can we now stock take? It has been how many years now? Is it 16? 16 years since we had this constitution. Can we stock take? Can we look over our shoulders and ask ourselves, this journey we've walked, where has it served us best? I know that the Office of the Attorney General has actually been looking at the law, our constitution, and looking at possible loopholes. And there are so many, not just one.
Are they really looking at it?
Yes,
and what do you think is their plan?
Actually, I had this conversation with a lawyer friend who told me that he knows that the Office of the Attorney General has been going through the law and looking at which areas or which articles, sections of the law contradicts one another. And some of them are the election laws that really contradicts one another or overlap the other. So in that spirit, it is only proper that where they can be amended in Parliament, they should be taken to Parliament, be rectified. Where it demands that the people be asked to cast a ballot in a plebiscite, therefore the people must be given that opportunity, but also knowing the economic aspects of an election. How best can we save the situation? We can only save that situation by preparing a plebiscite concurrently running with the general election next year.
I totally agree. Joachim, you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
So many things are happening this evening.
Okay.
So, in our attempt to bring sanity to this country, we have to agree that we will not be able to convince everyone. And we will have to go home to make peace with that fact that you cannot convince everyone. But matters of a constitutional text must be taken seriously. It is fidelity to the rule of law, that all our actions must be guided by that document. It is not a suggestion that you break at will and give excuses. It is not something you do when you feel like. It is a dictate that should guide our actions. So when I come on this podcast to highlight those issues, I have every right to highlight them. And I can speak confidently that of all the times I've been on this show, I have never used abusive words. Only identify the gaps in the society and lay them bare in a very civil manner. So if by so doing I offend some of us, then I am sorry. Some of these things can happen by unintentionally. Yeah. But this is politics. Some of us are encouraged to grow some thick skin. Yeah. Because you are going to be provoked. And on these issues that we speak about, let it not be misconstrued that we are against a particular individual, because we are also seeking office of leading this country. This same law that we are highlighting will apply even to us when we are in office. So you will come here and ask me, why are we not holding an election on the second Tuesday of August in the 5th year? And that is the fidelity we are talking about. So we are just trying to show the country that when you talk about constitutionalism, it's not a walk in the park. It takes intention to actually uphold the Constitution. And you need the grace of the Lord to uphold the Constitution. And the President today said that by God's grace, he thinks they will win. Not for their sake, but for the sake of Kenyans. But I disagree with that, with all the grace. That look, Mr. President, I do not think you have any grace to win. That you depleted your grace long time ago, when young people who had a divergent opinion from the way you are leading this country were maimed, killed, some disappeared. Till today, We don't know where they went. There is no closure among their parents of the whereabouts of those children. That is the day you depleted your grace. And for the sake of Kenyans, it's not about hatred. It's about how the country is being led. That it is in the best interest of the Kenyan people that you lose this election. And those are not statements that should make anybody angry. Because I believe that in a debate, you do not win by coercing, you win by superior logic. If I made my logic and it is inferior, you bring your superior one.
Yeah.
And you win today, you lose tomorrow. And that becomes life.
So Jagero, in this context, who is not upholding the law? Maybe according to Joachim.
In what question?
In the election question, who is not upholding the law? Because you see, I see a conversation drifting to suggest, a conversation trying to suggest from Joachim and his cohort that the president is not upholding the law. So who is really not upholding the law here? Because the judgment was given in a court of law. And this judgment actually applies to all. Assume elections were to be held even in the next 100 or 90 days. Who will suffer the most? It is not even the president for that matter.
Yeah.
If elections are to be held in the next 120 days.
And we are people of the internet, we are going to be taking a few calls just about right now. So if you have questions and you have got things that you want to say about this issue, you will start calling in a few, maybe in 5 minutes or so. But I want to ask you, because this is very interesting, Mr. Kachola, is that Ruto, the president, is with Uhuru Kenyatta. And they take over the government as the dynamic duo in 2013. And he knows that they take actually 4 months, 4 years, and a few months, and they hold an election. They take another one together as the dynamic duo, right, in 2017, correct? And they take 4 years and a few months.
Yes.
And then he takes over and is barreling through to 5 years, and he thinks that there is nothing wrong with it. That is the most interesting thing about this whole issue.
You remember we were supposed to hold an election in 2012, right?
Yes.
It was not held in 2012. It was held in
2013.
2013.
Mm-hmm.
It was postponed.
What was the issue?
We were supposed to hold elections at 2017. When were they held?
2013, September.
No, 2017.
They were held on the 8th of August in 2017.
In 2017.
And President Uhuru had been sworn in on 28th of September 2013.
And we all know that there was a court case from people who the Constitution gave the mandate to serve for 5 years. So already, even Joachim, in his explanation, accepts that there is a serious contradiction in the law.
Yeah.
And with that, he acknowledges that we cannot have one election and avoid the rest. So if at all even the court of law was to accept
he says that there is that when they went to court, then there was they set a precedence.
They say we set a precedent.
Yeah, and I don't know whether the precedent is law.
Yes, because when you go to court, what is used? Because when you go to court on the same premise as other people. No, so let me
but you can disagree with that precedent and say, look, these people are in law, and therefore we are not going to revert back to it.
You have to make constitutional sense. You have to actually make us know that you actually deserve it. Because what were they asking for? Salary of the remaining months in office.
Okay.
But the court said, look, when should your election be done? According to this document, it's on the second Tuesday of August in the 5th year. So it's an express date. So which date do you want to hold your election?
But why
because this
are
same
we
document,
ignoring the fact that the same constitution gives them 5 years in office?
That's
but don't you, Joachim, do you agree there is a problem, a misnomer? Is that what they call it?
No. The drafters of this constitution understood one thing. When power gets into your head and you have the leverage to decide which date is the election. Because we had come from that experience.
Maybe one thing
before you come in. So now, there is term of office. And for the president and other positions, there is nowhere in the Constitution that they are given 5 years. They can't say it, that it is here. It's only an MCA, that's why he went to court. And the court told him, your election should happen with the others.
Yeah, but it seems like you're diminishing the rights of the MCAs.
Why?
But you are really stressing on this one for the presidency. When it comes to MCAs, you're saying there's a president. This was done. In fact, can I ask you? Yes. When the MCAs were told, look, this is the Constitution saying that we need to go to elections in the fifth year.
Yes.
Did they go back to appeal?
They exhausted every.
They went all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Okay.
They exhausted.
So that's exactly what you guys are doing.
So we are doing that. We are saying this is a misnomer in the law.
Okay.
That you guys want to hold an election in the 6th year.
But and then the question I'm asking you is, don't you think that this thing now has to be clear? And that is why Odhiambo and Kachola are asking for a correction in the Constitution so that this is clear. And they're asking that we should have a referendum to clear this air, to make sure that...
Can we stay fidel to the existing constitutional text, even as we think of a referendum? Are we fidel to the existing constitutional text?
Okay. Because then for you and Safina Party and Willis, what I'm seeing is you want the president to be any other person until the next election. That is your biggest contention.
No.
What is your biggest contention?
What is fidelity according to him?
Look here. And I told you, stop thinking about Ruto in this argument. Because it could be anybody else on that seat. It could be a best candidate that might win in the next election. So when we say we have to follow the law in important matters like this election. So what we are saying is the president shall remain in office, President Ruto.
Okay.
But his mandate given to him by the people ends tomorrow.
And who has disagreed?
So many people have disagreed.
Has the president disagreed?
The president cannot speak about that matter because he will be inviting a lot of debate.
Yeah, but it looks like you thinking that somebody is going to disagree, and we are not even tomorrow is not here.
Goja.
Okay. Can I?
Because we are talking about temporary incumbency.
Yes. Why is this in the Constitution?
So I will furnish you with all the documents. Forgive me for not carrying them today. When does temporary incumbency begin?
It is in the Constitution.
When the ballot is cast.
Okay.
The first one.
Okay.
When it is cast, now you are not a full president.
Yes.
You are in that office based on the fact that there should be no vacuum. And there are things you can do, and there are things you can't do.
Okay.
And you are in power based on an election. Our argument is very clear that an election should have happened tomorrow. That's when the first ballot should be cast at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
That alone, its consequence is that the president has limited power. And we are saying because tomorrow is an election date, according to our constitution, where the mandate given to the president by the people ends, and he's now in office based on logistical nightmare of planning an election and a suspension of the court. Remember, the court does not expressly say that the powers of the president remain intact.
Okay, let me bring Kachola because there is a caller on the line.
There is something that I seriously wanted Odhiambo to comment on because he began saying it, but he did not finish. That window where we have temporary presidency or we have a caretaker government, whereas even there is a problem in a country and the military have taken over, but they recognize that we are not going to take charge forever. We have to allow the civilians to take charge. There is that window where we have both the military and the civilians come together, agree. You see, at that point, we have a very fluid state of issues. We might even have attack on a state, but there are powers that the president at that particular moment might not exercise. Are we saying we want to remain in that situation for 1 year? And should anything happen to the country where the president's powers are needed directly?
I think he's even the one.
That is why I was pleading with Odhiambo to come in just in that window, because he had begun explaining it, but stopped midway.
Okay.
If you are explaining consequences of failure to follow the law.
Okay.
That's how you endanger the country.
All right.
I was just saying, if we can
So if we have a president with limited powers for a year,
yeah,
you can imagine
yes.
You can imagine the danger.
Okay.
So have you seen the consequences of not following the law?
That is aside. What we are talking
so we
about.
put the consequences aside.
No, I'm saying your argument now, as valid as it may,
as it is,
as valid as it may, let's hold it there. Then allow Odhiambo to just weigh into that period of uncertainty. Because actually,
are we on with the line?
He began by explaining something which I think is very important. Yes, if he may.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Nairobi. My name is Achieng.
Your name is Achieng. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes. What do you think about the quagmires that we are having and dealing with it today at the political headache?
Yeah, this political headache.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really, really disappointed by my two brothers. You cannot defend this regime.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Go ahead. Why should they not?
I mean, obvious things. Like, what is there to defend about Ruto? I can't get it. No,
but we were not discussing Ruto today, though.
I mean, sorry, my brother Odhiambo and the other one are just defending.
No. They have not defended Ruto today. Today we have not been talking about Ruto.
They're even almost fighting with Joaquin.
Oh, you mean when they were talking about the shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the man said he doesn't regret what he said.
All right.
And then Joaquin has given examples like the Dependo's death and all those other ones. And Odhiambo is telling us that it's regrettable. Until when? Come on, guys.
Excuse me. What would you want me to say? You want me to say it's not regrettable?
It is regrettable, but please.
So what is the problem?
Bring
is it English
justice
you don't understand?
First. Justice kwanza.
And I'm agreeing with you, and that's what I said with Joachim, that I'm agreeing that justice must be served. And currently, are there people who are being prosecuted?
It is called due diligence.
Do you know of one person who is being prosecuted currently?
I have no idea. The point is, why are we defending this regime that is
There's a rogue policeman who shot Rex Masai. That policeman is in court. He's being prosecuted. Are you not seeing that? Or what should people do?
You're picking on one. There's so many deaths that have occurred during this regime.
The rest of them, we have institutions of whatever, criminal justice that should follow them up. If they are failing, there are things to be done. We have a parliament that should be standing on behalf of the people. As Odhiambo, what do you want me to do?
Odhiambo, this defending this regime like this is not nice.
No,
I mean, say something.
I would like you to stay with me on the question that I've just asked. You've said that there's a problem with the prosecution. There's the problem with justice. And I'm agreeing with you that yes, justice must be served even before compensation. And there's a process that is ongoing. If the criminal justice system is failing, what should I do as Odhiambo?
But you see the way you're attacking Joachim when he says something like
and that is the problem I'm having with Joachim as well. I'm just asking a question.
And
what
then
should
you're
I
so
do
angry,
as
Odhiambo. You're so angry. You're losing it. You're
I'm
so
not losing
angry
it.
about it.
I'm
No,
asking
come on.
you,
You're
what
a
should
very
I
good
do as
debater.
Odhiambo? Just answer that simple question. What do you want me to do? To kill Ruto? So that you feel
Nobody
better?
says you should kill Ruto.
I'm asking,
But
what do you want me to
tell
do?
Ruto that he has blood in his hands and
I
he
have
should
told
not.
him several on this podcast. Jagero can tell you. I am one of Ruto's supporters who tells him off when he goes wrong. I've told him severally. He's been doing big mistakes in communication. And my record speaks for it. What's the challenge, darling?
Odhiambo, the challenge is, I get you very well. I get you very well. I get Joachim. I get Jagero. But you tonight, something is not right.
What is that? We've skipped from the point we've gone to what is not right tonight.
You are saying that
something is not right with Odhiambo, right?
You're mad at Joachim. You're even saying you don't need to sit with him there anymore. That's not the way to debate.
Okay, let me tell you something so that you understand. We were debating, and we've always debated with Joachim for a long time, since the podcast started, okay? And in those podcasts, there's no day that Joachim has ever disparaged the points of other people. Today, he has been blanching, and you must, if you are watching from the onset, you can keep the record. That we were talking, he keeps on interjecting. He keeps on taking our points as very simplistic points, to a level that he tells me that he's a bukusu. And then I asked him, or I said, don't bring to us your bukusu.
Don't you think that is not right? Is that right to say that in this podcast?
I agree it is not fair, but Joachim must also learn order. I agree it is not fair, but he must learn order. It's something simple.
What order?
Yeah, but our dear caller, don't you think Joachim was disorderly and heckly at some point?
No. He was not heckling. I'm not supporting Joachim, but he was not heckling. No. Odhiambo got angry, and then the situation went like that.
Okay. But I've been quiet. I think that is respectful, isn't it?
Okay, Odhiambo, I like your debate always. I always follow you. But tonight you've disappointed me.
I'm sorry, darling. Sometimes it's like that.
Thank you very much.
Once like that. Actually, I was asking if Odhiambo could just weigh in that period where we have challenges and maybe there is a crisis. At that point, we've seen it in other countries. We've seen it in Sudan. Sudan tried it and it actually collapsed.
Yeah. But these scare stories about collapsed countries.
All right, hello?
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, stories.
Fine, thank you. My name is Michael.
Yes, your name is Michael from where?
From Nairobi.
Yeah.
I think I'm calling to just register my disappointment. I've been watching this podcast since its inception.
Okay.
And I've been a follower from the word go.
All right.
I love both Joachim and Odhiambo.
Okay.
They are both intelligent guys. But today, I've been keenly following every bit of the podcast from the comfort.
Okay.
I chose not to sleep to watch and learn and enjoy the intellectual exchanges like they always do. But dragging a whole tribe into the discussion was stooping too low for Odhiambo. I must say this, that one, being disrespectful, yes. I think Joachim was a bit disrespectful, but you cannot equate disrespect to being a tribal bigot, if I may use that word sparingly. So I think for that, moving forward, I think, Mr. Odhiambo, that was quite off. And I think when it's live, we agree. We should also cut him some slack because I could see anger flying around. And these two are our brothers. We need them in the podcast.
Yeah.
Mr. Odhiambo, Mr. Joachim, we love you guys. So I think that for up to that point, it really watered down the discussion, Jagero. So, Mr. Jagero, I must say that in the subsequent podcast, please take charge and put Odhiambo in his place, put not Odhiambo and Joachim in their places. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your words of wisdom, gentlemen. there is something that you wanted to say, but people are calling. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, good evening. What's happening on your side? What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello?
My name is Gesimba. I am calling from right here in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yes, and I've been one of your guests before. We had a conversation with Basht on Kenya Vision 2030 versus 2060, but I'm calling today to be the devil.
Yeah. WhatsApp never does. WhatsApp is difficult. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Good evening, Zagero. This is Odhiambo from Kakamega.
Hey, Odhiambo, how about your namesake? What is going on?
Odhiambo leo amechemka. Odhiambo leo amechemka.
Hii election take a bend.
You know, I've followed Odhiambo mostly, even in Kabondo Kasipul, mali anataka kusimama MP.
Hey.
Odhiambo, punguza baba, punguza.
I'm sorry, namesake. I'm only human. I'm not made of stone.
Dogadoga chien ngata, tulia.
Ngani we charge.
Sawa. So on what you're discussing today, Jagero.
Yeah.
I will agree with the prof. Though I don't like him as a person. I will agree with the diplomat.
Yes, the diplomat. Yes. Why don't you like him? He's a very friendly guy.
No, I don't like him as a person the way he supports the government. You know, I'm not a government apologist.
Oh, okay. So it is not him.
Today I'll concur with
it is the representation that he brings to the podcast.
Today I will concur with this point that law does not apply in isolation. I think Odhiambo was bringing a very good point that you cannot apply law in isolation. These laws are meant to protect people. I'm not a lawyer. I am coming from Nyando. My uncle is Miguna, but law does not apply in isolation.
Correct.
Joachim,
you are Miguna's nephew.
Yes. So you cannot apply law today and say, let us have an election tomorrow. The diplomat has said, if we say that we are going to have an election in the next 120 days, who is going to suffer? The Wananchi. Who is going to bear that cost? Is Ruto going to bear the cost of the election?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you go ahead.
So in what isolation is this law being applied?
Okay, so before he answers that, Mr. Odhiambo. There is the Odhiambo is still speaking, but I've gotten your call so that you can listen. When Odhiambo drops, you will go on. So Odhiambo, can you finish and then we will leave it to the other gentleman.
So hello, Jagero.
Yes.
This is Afen again. I am here.
So I'm asking you.
Yes.
So in what isolation is the application of this law is?
There is a gentleman called Odhiambo that you were speaking with. Odhiambo, can you hear me?
Hello. This is Athena.
Is that Brian Odhiambo?
No, this is Athena.
No. I think I'd not put Odhiambo. Mr. Athena.
Yes.
You are together. The call is merged together with Odhiambo who was speaking before. So if you can allow him to just finish his point, do not drop. Just hold. He will finish his point and then you'll pick from there. Is that okay?
Okay, bro. Okay, no problem. I'll wait.
Okay, go ahead. Simiyu, you were asking a question.
Yes. In what isolation? Because I have heard you make a passionate point about law not being applied in isolation.
Okay, what in isolation is like this, yeah? You while applying law, you must apply this law knowing that there are people. These judges live in the society. These magistrates live in the society. And they are cognizant and aware that when we say that this election to be held tomorrow, in as well as it has been established in the Constitution that the election should be held in the 5th year, which is tomorrow, that one is practically not possible. Yeah. So if what is the diplomat is saying is that you are saying that he's carrying us with the issues of Sudan. These are real issues to me. If tomorrow we say that, stop saying no. You cannot dismiss everybody.
I just want to ask you.
Yes.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yes.
So tell us the consequences of breaking the law and not following the Constitution.
The consequences of breaking the law and not following the Constitution.
Yes.
It brings whatever we are in now is already a constitutional crisis.
So when we are gracious enough to say that we understand an election cannot happen tomorrow, but we are giving a grace period of 120 days.
Which is 3 months.
Which is 3 months. So are we, that's 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, so are we being cognizant of the fact that people are supreme and they need time to prepare?
Can you do a campaign from now to 4 months?
Odhiambo in finishing so that the other person is also able to join.
Can your presidential candidate run a presidential election from now to December and win?
So are you saying all presidential candidates will lose because they will campaign only for 4 months?
No, I'm just asking you a very simple question to me. Can your presidential candidate run a campaign from now to December and win?
Is the one pushing the agenda? Are you the one pushing?
Okay. Odhiambo, you have to drop off so that you allow the other gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one pushing.
Please drop. Go ahead, the other guy. Thank you very much.
Hello, Jengero.
Yes.
I'm almost a number one fan of this broadcast. But today, to be sincere with you, I had changed my mind about Odhiambo. But this time round, I'm totally disappointed because Odhiambo is a guy who articulates issues in a very, 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 very advanced manner. But in the way he's now talking today, I'm not so sure whether it is the same Odhiambo that I normally see on Spice FM, because I know he cannot behave like this on Spice FM. He cannot behave like this even on Nation. But today, I think Odhiambo should go and reflect to himself on how he has spoken, because I'm a Luya. I really feel offended when he comes talking about the Bukusus, and he knows very well. I know he doesn't like Sifuna. That much we have agreed with him. Last time I even told him, when you remember. But I think you tell Odhiambo, please, for heaven's sake, nobody has a monopoly of ideas. Joachim was just giving his own sentiments. But if he doesn't accept them, he is not supposed to use some abusive language on a broadcast like this, because this broadcast is respected all over. I can tell you, I have a brother of mine who listens to you in the US.
What is the abusive language I used?
So, when you say that he is bringing the Bokuso here, what do you mean, Mr. Odhiambo?
Did you hear what Joachim said? Joachim, can you tell them what you said before I said that?
That is a Jacaranda language. But
can you allow Joachim to say what he said before I said that?
No. I'm dealing with you. I will come to Joachim. Please, for heaven's sake, can you give respect to this broadcast?
I do respect this podcast. Excuse me. I do respect the podcast very much.
You see the problem with you? I'm talking and you're talking.
You also have to give chance to people to talk. That's what I'm talking about. Please, because you're not tolerant.
Everybody is very disappointed with you, my young man. I think we started knowing you because of this political headache. Nobody knew you before that. And we have accepted you, so please come.
You don't have to accept me, bro. Okay? Come on.
No.
I don't live because of you.
Mr. Odhiambo, please accept the mistake and let's move on.
I refuse that kind of bullying. That's what I'm refusing. I'm sorry. Not me.
Thank you. Now you earn my...
All right. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. How is Dubai, my brother?
I'm good, bro. How are you today?
Hey, kumechemuka Joachim na huyu rafiki yake wanalimana.
Nimeona. Sasa nilikuwa nataka kuambia Odhiambo. Kuna shule inaitwa Kwacha Academy. Na ukienda huko, hakuna lesson mingi.
Hakuna what?
Hakuna lessons mingi. Hakuna subject mingi. Sasa unaona kama Joachim amelearn kuhusu ODS debt, hakuna kitu unaweza mwambia kuhusu ODS debt.
Hakuna kitu inaitwa
is this discussion about
anatufundisha?
Yes.
Huwezi tuambia kitu kuhusu Odious death sahi.
No, I'm asking you. Is this discussion about Odious death?
But that is
no, I'm telling you.
Him, not you.
Listen. Joaquin, I'm on your side. Joaquin, Nico on your side.
No, but what does he say? I am the one who has accepted. What does he say? Mr. Sam, what have you said about Odious death?
Mimi nasema kama sahi Joaquin amehitimu kwa Odious death. You cannot tell him anything about Odious death. That is what I'm saying.
Why?
No, are we discussing about
but why is he saying it? Listen, Joaquin, listen keenly. Why are you talking about Odious death? He was
exactly. Hiyo ndio kitu umeniuliza why am I saying this? Kwa sababu
yes.
Joaquin ameinternalize about Odious death mpaka sisi wenyewe wananchi tumeelewa through them.
Okay.
Even in the court, they have already won it.
Okay.
Umeni understand?
Yes.
Sasa subject ingine imeingia ni kuhusu mambo ya election.
Okay.
Now what I wanted to say is kwamba sasa Kocha Academy wameanza subject ya kuhusu election date.
Okay.
And you are getting to understand. Mpaka Thande understand hii kitu na amesema hii kitu ni kweli. The election is tomorrow. So what I wanted to say is Odhiambo is not the first person kusema hata waifanya nini na Joaquin. Uliza Odoyo wiki. Ile nawe. Umeona Odoyo wiki akifanya podcast na Joaquin.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu ya Kocha Academy knowledge.
Yeah, what is your point today? I am struggling to understand your point.
My point today is mimi kwanza hata nilikuwa nataka kuongea kuhusu mambo ya shooting.
Okay.
And Odhiambo he said something he should never say.
Okay.
I have been in law enforcement. Na kuna vitu vinne ambayo unaambiwa zingatie ukifire live bullet. And I'm talking about live bullet. Live bullet unafaa ufire first of all in a range. Na range ina sheria zake. Range ni mahali mnafanya practice ya shooting. That is the first place unakuwa allowed to shoot live round. The second place ni in a contact. In a contact ni mtu amefire at you and you're firing back. That is the second place you are allowed to fire a live bullet.
Okay.
Nafasi ya tatu ni when you are being in danger, like mnyama amekuattack or something unknown imekuattack na unajaribu ku self defend. That is the third place. And the fourth place ni self defense. Self defense ndio ile unaonanga wa Amerika.
Hello. I am getting another person on call, but I would like you to finish.
Hello, I'm finishing. The fourth one and the last one ni wakati unaonanga ni self defense. That's when you see someone with a firearm and you have to defend yourself. Hizo ndio the only. Sasa niambie in a protest. Hello guys. Ni nani alikuwa amekuwa attacked? Hello?
Yes. Nakusikia. Hello. There is a gentleman that is trying to speak. And I'm asking him that he should be able to wait for you to finish and then he can speak later. Our new guest,
I'm finishing. So in a protest niambie ni wapi hivi vigezo vinne vimeingilia in a protest that we lost 67 people to a point that unieke tu katika hizo in those four things. And that's why you see the president alimake. Alisema kwamba ni criminal, waliingia parliament, waka-attack Amari. Those things they were very deliberate. Kusema ati waliingia Amari wakachukua guns sijui nini ndio waseme kwamba walishoot because it was on a self defense. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Hello guys.
Hello guys. Sasa Jagesh.
We are okay. How are you doing? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Eastlands, Nairobi.
Okay.
My name is John.
Okay.
Yeah, gentlemen, kindly relax first. Let's be logical. Usiende hiyo sana. Now, even though I don't like what Mr. Odhiambo actually said, it's not that I did not like it. I did not support it. Now, we have to remember that the essence of this show is we need to have people from different sides, people who support the government and people who support the opposition. It's the essence of the show. So it will be better if people relax and stop being emotional and be professional. Because I think Odhiambo has been sacrificed a little bit. Sorry for that, sir. So my question is this. Let's get to business and forget the emotional part. So my question is this. To me, I find the date of election not that relevant. To me, the most important thing is this. Will IEBC do its mandate on a true and fair view perspective? Because this might be something that is diverting us from maybe even focusing about the possibility of irregularities in our election. Now we're arguing about this. What about the election process?
Okay.
Will we have true and fair view results? Will the tallying, the counting, the whole process, will it represent what Kenyans want? That's the most important question for me first.
Okay.
So before even people argue about the case, please let us think about our electoral process and integrity.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Okay, I can't hear this gentleman. Hello?
Hello, Odoro Jagero. Is this Odoro Jagero, political headache?
Yeah, this is political headache. How are you doing, my brother? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Our name is Brian. Brian calling from Durham, North Carolina, United States.
Okay.
I'd like to make a few comments about today's show.
Okay. What do you think?
No, I don't even want to get into the nitty-gritty of the debate today, but there's something I just want to pass across.
Okay.
Especially to you, Odoro Jagero. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you. Especially you, Odoro Jagero. Yeah. And I to all the other panelists. But what I want to say to you, Odoro Jagero, is, we watch this show and we really love it. And sometimes we don't call, sometimes we call. But today, what actually you allowed in the show to how it degenerated, I'm actually disappointed in you, Odoro Jagero. The buck stops with you. This is your CNN, eh?
What do you figure I should have done to close the show when there was squabbling?
What you should have What you should have done is you should have put your feet down. Okay?
Yeah, but I did.
And stopped the person. No, you did not.
I think I tried.
Enjoying part of it.
I think I really tried. There was nothing I could do when two men who are more than 30 years old are shouting at each other. What do? Do you swim at the mic?
No, you did. Okay, that's where I want to come in and maybe give my foolish advice. Okay. Now the point where one of them, and we don't need to mention them because anybody can go and watch the replay. The point where one of them was constantly, all the time, interjecting. Odoro Jagero, don't you think you had a role to play there?
Yes, I did, and I think you are talking about Joachim interjecting, and I did speak to him to tell him to let the others finish his point, but he didn't. Yes, I can do more next time.
Mm-hmm.
I can do more next time, but I think sometimes I don't have a gun in the studio, so I want a gun to somebody and tell them that you need to. But I will say this: these are friends who have been taking tea here from 5. I think they just need to know that when the lights go off and people are watching internationally, then there is a way that they should, give each other grace, and that for me is what I need to say is that it is important to give each other grace, because these people are very tight when they are not on the studio, But then when they start doing this to themselves in the studio, it becomes very difficult.
You are very right. You're very right. You know, we don't know their other private life, but perception wise today, the way it came across as, you know, two guys who were like, you know, almost going at each other.
Yeah.
And one of them really clearly instigated it and really drove it until the other one lost his mind. And, and people cannot be mad with the one who lost his mind. But I love your show. I've been watching, and I can't comment today, but maybe one time I'll get time and comment. But I just wanted to come and tell you, hey, don't allow this again.
All right, thank you.
You know, it's not really okay. You're welcome.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, tunasikia kelele sana pande hiyo. How are you doing?
I'm Zuri. I'm Andrew from Kajiado.
Yes.
I just want to get in this issue of election date.
Very good.
In fact, the Constitution 2010 has a lot of gaps.
Okay.
That ought to have been cured, some clauses through referendum.
Okay.
And some clauses ought to have been done through the parliament.
Okay.
But our parliament has been a joke all along.
Mm-hmm.
Because even towards the 2017 election, they only measured on issues to do with party hopping, those nonsense.
Okay.
But there are lots of things, like remember the assumption of office of the deputy governor when it became vacant.
All right.
It's only the courts that came to intervene, but it was a serious gap.
All right.
So coming on this election one, you see Article 177, Article 136, Article 142, and Article 259.
All right.
There are lots of inconsistencies, even though we know the issue of MCS in 2013.
Yeah.
The Article 142 carried the day.
Okay.
But in 2017, we had an election.
All right.
So counting the 5th year from 2017, ought to have been 2021.
Okay.
It went to 2022.
All right.
Now the court has interpreted it. When you look at the letter of the Constitution, the text is very clear. But moving forward, we must also check on what gave birth to this Constitution.
Okay.
You remember the Wacky Kriegler reports and so on. The time frame where the IEBC was to be in office.
Okay.
I think 24 months before election.
All right.
Such that even if we go by this ruling, even the recent by-elections, Olkalau, those other by-elections, they were nullity.
Okay.
Because the timeline did not allow for by-election if election is set to tomorrow.
Okay.
So the only remedy is like Kachola said, we must sit back as Kenyans, draft a referendum for these clauses, more so through the Office of the Attorney General.
What do you think are some of the urgent clauses that needs to be dealt with? Some of the 4 or 5 two laws that you think are must be be taken through a referendum. Which ones are they?
Also, the election has already crept in.
Okay.
Then the Office of the Deputy Governor.
What about
it? It falls vacant. Hello?
What about the Office of the Deputy President?
The Office of the Deputy President is very clear in the Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, if it falls vacant, it's very clear how it can be filled.
All right.
But the one for the Deputy Governor was not clear.
Okay.
So this issue of timelines, like you look at Article 259.
Yeah.
The timeline for days starts in the next day, but the timeline for year starts in the same year. Like for instance, you get a child today.
Okay.
You know that child cannot be 1 year old. That child will be 1 year old next year. So even this, how they are counting Article 259, how they are counting.
Okay.
I think Article 259 sub Article 5C, something of that kind. So those are the things that we must see. And anything affecting the presidential election, it must go through a referendum.
All right.
The parliament cannot amend it in isolation. Yeah.
Thank you. Watu wanapiga simu tuwasikize Wakenya, sio? Wakenya wanapiga simu kabisa leo. Wengine wanalima Odhiambo, wengine wanalima Joakim. Hello?
Sara.
Habari gani ndugu? Unatupigia simu kutoka wapi?
Martin calling from Mariakani.
Wewe umeweka simu kwa loudspeaker na tunasikia TV, tunasikia kila kitu. Zima zingine alafu weke simu kwa masikio tafadhali.
Nimezima TV. Habari ya Joachim na Odhiambo.
Yes,
sisi tuko kabisa.
Leo Odhiambo amechoma na ukitaka kujua amechoma Jagero, just read the comments yako kwa nini yako leo uone amechoma. Anapaswa aombe sisi wote msamaha.
Anavaa aombe msamaha ya nini? Sababu ndio kuna line. Yes.
On the issue ya shooting ya watoto wetu ya 24 ya kurekebisha ya nakubali.
Yes.
Ya very good.
Okay.
And I think the honorable thing is to tell the president and the interior CS to decide honorably.
Okay.
That to be very diplomatic kwa nchi yetu.
All right, thank you. Hello?
Jagero.
Yes.
Si wewe.
Unatafuta Jagero mgani? Ama naongea na Kiateka.
Wewe jamaa naongea na Kiateka. Hello?
Hello Jagero.
Yes, how are you doing my brother? What's your name, where are you calling us from?
I'm David Nyota from Kiambu.
From Kiambu, na kukumbuka wewe umetupigia mara 2 mara 3 hivi sio?
Wewe acha tu amshikangi.
Sasa mimi nikikwambia mimi naona hapa juu ya simu naona 76 missed calls. Sasa mimi na shangaa. Inafaa nikuwe na somebody told me that actually need a circuit board or whatever board for getting the calls in and managing them and so on and so forth. But you know, I'm not fixing the nation.
Now, what you should do next time?
Okay.
Huyo Kachola looks like he's a good man. Akaa hapo katikati ya Joachim na Odhiambo. To solve this dispute here.
Yeah, and that is why I suggested that I should exchange a chair with him. I always know that tempers really flare between Odhiambo and Joachim.
But anyway, today we have enjoyed the war. We also laughing on this other side. Anyway, I want to talk about this thing of the shooting and whatever. And honestly, in 2024, these things really it pissed everyone off. This issue of people being killed. You know, I'm a very good supporter of Ruto, but wakati ya watu 67 walikufa just like that, and the man has nothing to say. Nilitoka huko. Then this issue.
Uko kwa nani sasa?
Sai, tuko kwa Sifuna sai.
Wewe uliacha Gachagua?
Huyo achana na huyo jamaa. Ule jamaa hata nikwambia unaona Kiambu? Kiambu watu wanasema tu kwenye Gachagua atasema ndio tunaenda. Lakini tukisema ati Gachagua asimame, atumpatii bana ili tupe Ruto.
Usiongee hivyo bwana. Joachim will not be happy with you.
Amesema nini?
Amesema atapewa Njigi.
I'm tupewa Njigi.
And I'm not saying that is even if he said that, he's bullying, you know. Even if he said that,
okay,
he's no under obligation to vote for my candidate.
You should be.
No, it is a matter of convincing Jagger.
Wanjigi has not convinced me, bwana.
Wait, bwana, but
you can vote.
But why don't you take this opportunity? Don't be proud.
I'm not.
Why don't you just take this opportunity to tell him why he should vote for Wanjigi? This is your opportunity.
He doesn't seem like he's willing to listen to anything.
No, but yes, you have not said. How can you not say somebody is not listening and you have not spoken?
Jagero,
take this opportunity. I've given you 1 minute to talk to a voter.
Habari ya Mugure.
Simi unajua niko soko bwana.
Simi tutaanza kulipa la bulagani
bwana. Simi you're supposed to talk to me nicely bwana.
Ndio naambia wewe Hii nchi iko kwa mteremko.
Okay.
Unasikia vile Odhiambo anasemanga? Bwana unajua hii kitu we have no other way. Tusaidie tu tusukume hii kitu mpaka 2032. Bwana you're not convincing me bwana.
We will have no country. You see, nikiwaambia hii maneno, please pay attention. Sikiza ndugu.
Sasa utuambie uende wapi bwana nani Simiyu bwana.
All right. Mnaweza patana nyuma ya tent. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how are you my brother? How are you doing?
I'm fine, very fine. I'm Ahmed calling from Lamu.
Yes, Mohamed, how are you doing? Umesikiaje mada ya leo?
Mada leo ilikuwa mzuri. Ilikuwa mzuri lakini kawaida wapenda nao ndio wapiga nao.
Wapenda nao ndio wapiga nao. Swahili safi. Endelea.
My point is just simple. As Odhiambo and Mr. Kachola explained that sometimes we have to be working on logic terms, because even if you ask the Secretary General of Safina Party, can he hold the primaries in the next 1 month for the whole country?
Okay.
It's just a question of yes or no. And if he is given the chairmanship of the IEBC, can he hold an election for 3 months, in 3 months?
Takuwa ngumu.
Yes, it is a long shot. It is asking him to run a marathon and he cannot. Yes. So it's not a matter of fidelity, it's not a matter of vote. Sometimes even if the law has not worked for us, but we have to bend the way and see what is good for the country. And what is good for the country right now is to hold the general election in the next year.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I was to ask a question again.
Watu wako wengi. Wakenya wako wengi. Habari gani ndugu?
Hello, Jagero.
Yes, how are you doing, my brother? We can hear your device from which you are listening to us making noise in the background.
And I have muted it already.
Very good. Now you are loud and clear.
Thank you so much. My name is Owili Fidel Castro.
Your name is?
Owili Fidel Castro.
Owili Fidel Castro.
Exactly. I'm a medical student from Kenyatta University. I wanted to interject a bit.
Okay, please do. Go ahead.
So, let me put this very clear. I'm a very, very, I always love this podium and I'm a great fan of this political lady fan.
Yes.
And now let me be very frank, and we should be. Let me just talk as a grown up.
Okay.
If you look at Odhiambo and Joaquin, and I want you to listen very keen, and I hope they are listening.
Yes. I am listening. I don't know about them.
I'm paying attention. So
you see how this started. Joaquin started by saying that he's a Bukusu bwana, by throwing his hands, right?
Okay.
And Odhiambo just simply replied that don't bring us your Ubukusu here.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes,
and
I had.
Now the Bukusu people, and I'm so disappointed now that Bukusu people are calling to tell Odhiambo how he has, I don't know how to put it, but it was not right for Joaquin to start interjecting when Odhiambo was talking. And yet now Bukusu people are coming knowing very well that Odhiambo is not supporting Sifuna. Now they are so much annoyed on Odhiambo.
But it is untrue that Odhiambo does not support Sifuna. Do you think Odhiambo doesn't support Sifuna?
Maybe it's political. I think Odhiambo is supporting the government.
Okay.
Look, I'm here. I can speak for myself. I've always said my brother, and thank you for understanding, because me, when I'm misunderstood, I just keep quiet. Because Joachim is here. He said whatever he said. I simply reverberated what he said. And I'm here to speak for myself with regard to Sifuna. If there is one person in this country who from the early onset of Sifuna declaring his contest went in to talk to Sifuna's people in even ways to organize his campaign better, it is me. And I went with this Jagero in some very crucial meetings to help him even fashion his campaign properly, okay? Why was I doing that? Because I believed that Sifuna is somewhere in the future of this country. Yes, I support President Ruto as my political candidate for 2027. I believe Sifuna could make a very good deputy president to President Ruto. If it is impossible, Sifuna could run a very good race other than the current opposition candidates to become president of this country. If Ruto can't win, I'd rather go with Sifuna.
Can I ask the caller a question?
Okay.
Are you there?
He's there.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Oh, so you can remember everything that happened, right?
Exactly.
So before the altercation came in, who had the mic?
Let me answer you.
No, just mention the name. Who was prosecuting his point before the altercation came in?
There was a bit of turn taking. There was a bit of turn taking on one side to another. There was a bit confusion on who had the mic and who didn't. But and the way I was watching it, Joachim was interrupting each and everyone on all the time.
No. I want you to remain on the point of altercation.
Okay.
And give us the accounts, because if my memory serves me well, because it was not a very long time ago,
okay,
I was using the analogies of the two gentlemen.
Exactly.
That it is the people that comes first.
Exactly.
And the Constitution serves the people, right?
Exactly.
So what the people deem fit is what should carry the day.
Exactly.
So I said that when the people make a decision of the things they deem fit, that should be what carries the day.
Exactly.
And I made an example.
Exactly.
Of affordable housing.
Exactly.
That if the people say that to them affordable housing, because Odhiambo had made an assertion that justice is what people think it is, right?
Exactly.
And I say that if the people think that affordable housing is not justice enough, it is not justice. So that's where he chimed in. And he told me that I was belittling his point. Making he's not there.
Yes. He's dropped. I think he's dropped. So
I was to take him through the steps, but Nisawa, we can end this thing. It's almost midnight.
Yes,
it's almost midnight.
It's not midnight, but I want to give you an opportunity to say your last words. I will start with Mr. Ambassador Kachaula.
Sometime last month, that is in July 2026, the Office of the Attorney General did launch a multi-sectoral committee on legislative and reforms. And this particular committee, its main work is to identify legislative, structural, and policy gaps within the Constitution. This committee, in its few days of sitting, they recognize that already there are 64 parts of this Constitution that has already been declared unconstitutional by the courts.
64?
Yes, 64.
64 parts of the Constitution that has been declared unconstitutional.
Yes.
But how do you declare
a constitutional text unconstitutional?
Between 2014 and 2024, there are 64 declarations that have been made by the court that are within the Constitution that the court said are unconstitutional. Nearly 42 of them are said to be almost running obsolete. So this committee is going through the Constitution, looking at the court decisions that have been made, and they will come up with a report on where we are with our Constitution. Remember, before this, we had a Constitution Implementation Commission. You remember? That was supposed to walk us through this journey of...
What happened to it?
I think their mandate ended. But it tells you that even at the time their mandate was ending, there are so many gaps within the constitution that ought to have been identified. So when AG Dorcas did form this committee that is looking at the constitution, they have already identified some gaps. And moving forward into the future, it is only good enough that they bring a report that will speak to the gaps that are already there, existing gaps, and how best to go about them. If some can be rectified within the parliament, better enough. If they cannot be rectified within parliament, then if they require plebiscite, let then the people decide on how they want their country governed. But as I said, it is time we look over our shoulders. We scan, as those who have practiced espionage, you can't just walk. You always have to scan around. So let us scan this constitution and then ask ourselves, is it really serving the interest of the people moving into the future? Finally, in one of the books...
Closer to the mic, because people, you're leaving it away.
Yes. In one of the books titled The Essence of Decision Making, Jagero, one caller has made it very clear to you, and I think this Odhiambo decried it in the beginning, that you got to take charge. But even as such, I've always said here once, over and over again, that this conversation is not just for us. It's for those esteemed, as you normally say, the viewer is the most important person. They drive this show. We must be balanced in our conversation, balanced in the sense that when you are speaking, I must always listen. Just take time, listen to you, take notes, and you've done well. You've given us pads here and
yeah. Joachim is not. Joachim, do you know how to use that one? Because today I have not seen you touching it.
What do you mean? Do I know?
Yeah, because today you have not. You
really. I have written so many things, but you still have not seen.
You've written on that thing?
Yes.
Really?
He wasn't.
He wasn't, right?
No, you can pull down footages of me writing things here.
So it
really?
is only proper.
Okay. You can pull down footages.
When Jagero is speaking, I listen. If I disagree with you, I will always know. That's why this part is always full. Whenever someone is speaking, I note down where we don't agree. Then it is only better that we operate with lots of respect, decorum, and peace. Thank you.
All right, Joachim?
Is it afternoon? Or
I hope you guys are looking at the comments.
The comments are very many. How many people?
Let me see.
Yeah, there are so many comments going on.
Are your eyes also failing you?
My eyes are failing me.
I think it was a clever way of rejecting.
Someone has said they have to shake hands before.
Yeah, wanasema hapo kila mtu sikia Jagero. Need the NIS. Hey.
My NIS guy.
Someone has said they don't shake Jagero. Don't shake Joachim's hands.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good idea.
Go ahead, Joachim.
By the way, you see, I am very aware and cognizant of the field that we are in.
Okay.
And in this field, this is a tip of an iceberg. In this field, even chairs can fly, and we hope that it will not get to that point. Because in discussion of these matters, I don't know if you are paying attention.
Yes, I'm paying attention.
In discussion of these matters, I don't think it's anything personal.
Yeah.
It's just an opinion and a perspective of an individual on a particular issue. And I think we can always agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So and interjection kidogo makes the conversation juicy. We don't want to make this like an NGO podcast where you go and you come out of it and it has 32 views. I go to this podcast and I get very tired.
Okay.
But the reason why Kenyans assemble at Political Headache, because it's real. There is life. when you interject me slowly, I should not see it as a cardinal sin. It's not. Because that's how conversations are happening. Even my wife interjects me when I'm delivering a very important point.
Yeah.
And therefore, on the issue of an election date,
yeah.
First of all, we have to be cognizant of the fact that we are in this position because some people do not think that a constitutional text is worth being fidel to. Because they think that things can just run the way they deem fit. And as a party, we are very committed to making sure that the Constitution of Kenya is the one guiding our activities in politics. That's why we can even interpret the constitutional text, and the court agrees with us. And this is not bragging. This is issue-based politics. It's harder than any other politics that can ever be played in this country. And therefore, as we move forward, I do not think we should be personal with each other, because I don't remember calling my brother here any abusive word. Mbele ya Mungu, I have not. And he has accused me of disrespect. So I wonder which disrespect. Because the accounts that led to us having an altercation is the analogy I used. And I was the one on the mic. So, hiyo ni maneno kidogo. But anyway, I still maintain that the incumbency of President Ruto ends today.
Wamesema hapa. Wamesema hapa inaanza in the next 1 hour.
Yes, his legitimacy is ending in the next 1 hour. One term is closer than they can never imagine.
Yeah.
That the president will now be in office because of the grace of the court, due to logistical nightmare. And you can see all the reasons everyone is raising. They're saying, hey, look, can we even campaign for 4 months? You can even be told to campaign for 2 days because all our records are out there. And we are not saying that we should be given leverage because we should campaign. We had already missed the constitutional deadline.
Mm.
So we are saying the incumbency of the President Ruto, the mandate given to him by the people of Kenya, ends at midnight.
Okay.
The following day, he's in court because of a constitutional crisis. And therefore, he has no leverage to tell us anything. He's at the mercy of the people. One term is coming very fast. Very fast.
Okay.
Nimeona leo akisema by God's grace he must win. Sisi tunasema by God's grace he should lose. Very early in the morning.
Okay.
Akwende kabisa.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the most unfortunate debates we've had on this podcast. I say unfortunate because we had a very pregnant discussion, which was around something very critical in this country. And we degraded this conversation to akin of bunge la wananchi. I want to apologize to Joachim. If there's anything that I said in this podcast that feels offensive to you,
no.
Uniwachie.
Hii maneno ni kidogo bwana.
Lakini nataka kukuomba in the same breath that we, from the first time we spotted you with Jagero, maybe the audience may not know, we knew that you're somebody worth your salt to come and share with us a discussion. And I want to urge you that as we got you the first time, let's maintain that trajectory of maintaining peace and sobriety in this podcast so that you also understand the rules of debate. What made me angry and what made me go off is you interjecting repeatedly.
No.
Without letting...
Joachim, it is
he's misrepresenting fact.
No,
Jagero, we have to be...
But he was talking and you were... No, Joachim. No.
Can I say something?
No. I think
it was me who was making a point.
No.
It was me.
The interjections, actually, Joachim, was not once.
I agree
yes.
with the interjections, but
yeah,
where
but,
he went
but
off,
you,
I was the one speaking.
You have spoken, and Odhiambo was silent. Whatever you said, whether he thought that was right or wrong, he was silent. And then now that you're finished, he's giving his last words. And that is important.
I am usually very gracious.
I think it is important that if you had forgotten something, you see, if you had forgotten,
you cannot accuse me falsely, and you want me to just keep quiet.
No, but
it was me.
But you have also talked about people developing balls, and it was okay with it.
Now, have I said people develop balls?
Yeah, thick skin. Balls, same thing.
Because it's an important.
Yeah, so develop some thick skins then.
It's not that.
Yes, develop some thick skin then, and let him finish. Because it was actually your last words. Yes. Then we can. Udhiambo finish. Udhiambo finish.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. So of course we observe rules of debate. I am a trained journalist who understands what we do here. We are journaling the nation, and we're journaling the events. And as we do this, we're doing it with the difference. Political headache gives it a different touch. That's why we are giving a chance to very young people to come and share very good opinions, which are not normal media talks. In finishing, I would like to say that yes, we are facing a real quagmire in this country in the question of the elections and the dates. Of course, it is true, Joachim is saying, that ideally we are having temporary incumbency of the president presumptively. It has no legal anchoring or legal founding, but presumptively it is there. As that is happening, let's not ever end up in this situation again. And the only curative position to go for is to go for a referendum. If we don't go that way, we will go to the level of anarchy. And if we don't have anarchy, the military takes over. We don't want to test that. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. John Tess, who has been on TikTok and on the cameras. I want to thank Mr. Frank, who has been on the deck, and our new sparkling photographer, Mr. Japija, who has been taking amazing photos. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. And the people of the audience, thank you very much. Today has been a little difficult, but you have been with us, you have surrounded us, and you have given your feedback on what needs to happen on political headache. I think that at some point, sometimes when you are trying to to go against the waves and against the grain, and it's very difficult to take control of the ship. So I apologize for everything that has happened. If it was my mistake that I needed to do better, I think that I accept. I could do better next time. I want to thank Mr. Kachola, who has been here. Thank you very much. Mr. Joachim, a very good friend of mine, the guy that we hang out with a lot. Thank you very much. Mr. Odhiambo, who has been a serious bedrock to this political headache. Thank you very much. To the people of the audience, the people that are always coming, they are still here with us, and many of them are still listening in. I want to thank you very, very much for every contribution, especially the town hall that you're having on the right. You are always talking, you are always saying something, you are always speaking on behalf on behalf of yourself, behalf of your children, behalf of your family, and everybody else. Thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Follow us on social media, wherever you get your social media dose from. And until another episode, bye for now. Beautiful. All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. Everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my book, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjagero.co.ke.